are live. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Bethany.
Hi, Bethany. And happy
Welcome,
birthday,
y'all.
Audra. Getting her.
Thank you. I'm like so freaking excited. It's unreal. This has honestly been the best birthday. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better birthday because this is awesome. Like, it just really is. It's like, I'm in isolation, which is what I want. No, I'm just kidding. Like nobody's touching me. Nobody's grabbing me. Hi, Alex. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Chris. Hi, Tracy. Hi, guys.
Hi, Yolanda. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hi, Yolanda. So first, I want to welcome everybody in the live chat. And I also want to welcome everybody on the replay. If you're watching us on the replay, hi and thank you. I am so excited. It is my birthday. And before we get started with anything, I have two shout outs. The first is going to be to Miss Bethany. We are going to be doing a shot to you. Let me get my shot ready. Because she said this little something for her birthday. So the birthday drinks. I am doing pineapple upside down cake.
And I'm doing a whiskey shot out of a measuring cup. You're seeing that just right.
Because we're classy bitches. Bottoms up. It's so good. For y'all watching, hey Alicia, thank you. Thank you, Courtney. If you don't know, Twisted Shots sells these like already made shots. They're so freaking good. I mean, you'll have a hangover the next day, but they're so good.
Barry's asking, how's it feel to finally be 27?
Oh, 27 is just, it was such a hard year to get to. I've worked so hard and, I made it here.
For anyone that's laughing at the measuring cup, this is because I don't have guests. So why do I need shot glass if I don't have guests? The introvert life.
And see, now I think about it, I'm like, I have shot glasses.
No, that's fine. I just chose not to buy them. And then if I had them at another apartment with roommates, I was like, y'all can keep them. That's fine.
I haven't actually purchased any of my shot glasses.
Yeah, that's fair. And Bethany, your feet look perfect for the beach.
They do. I've received a few of these shot glasses. I think I've gotten off of people I was dating. I don't know how I ended up with them, but we'd be dating, and then I would have that. Hi, Annie. Thank you. I have been. Yeah, I'm actually 40 today, guys. This is my 40th birthday. 40. I don't have the big stupid ass 40 balloons, and I don't need them because I'm a grown up. But
you don't need them because you've been living your best life in other ways in the past couple
years. I have. Like this birthday was supposed to be in Austin. I was gonna be on 6th Street. I was going to get that too, but I'm really happy that it's here. And that being the case, I also wanted to do a quick little extra shot. And I want to cheers to Miss Yolanda Goodman. Thank you so much for your birthday generosity. I really appreciate it.
Yolanda.
Thank you. And thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Hey, Kara, mascara cakes in here. Courtney, you're right on. Shot glasses are great, cheap travel trinkets.
Yeah, I think that's how I have them. Yeah, like that's exactly what. Oh, I like filthy 40. Yeah, filthy.
I have something to aim for in a couple of years. That sounds amazing. Filthy 40.
Yes, we've got that now. Like, ooh, because like, listen, today I damn near broke my neck looking at this man. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it anyway. I walked over to the park and like he was running and I was just like, damn, I didn't stop staring at him. I don't know how he didn't get a hole burnt in his back because I was just like.
Filthy and flawless, according to Alicia, and I would have to.
Filthy and flawless. Wendy Lou, you're in Austin? Yay! Yeah, I totally want to go. I haven't been. I've lived in Texas so long and I haven't gone. I am full. I was making a joke today on Marco Polo, and I was like, James Welsh over here talking about how to get clear skin. Bitch, I'm good. Thank you.
And my little dumbass was like, is she shading James Welsh, or is she just like feeling herself? She's just feeling herself, and I just can't pick up sarcasm sometimes. Your skin always looks amazing, at least ever since I've known you. So I'm like, I mean, you always look fantastic.
I mean, I'm kind of a freak about my skin, so like it's been a bit of nuts. Like every time I turn around, I'm like, oh, what's that on my? Oh, that's a mole. Never mind.
Hey, it's good to notice moles because you'll notice if they change. Because if they change, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, because I have I have a few. Some of them I don't worry about because like my grandpa was like this, where like I just like some of my moles that were just sitting down become like outy, and nothing. I saw a doctor about it once, and it was like after that he was like, well, I mean, I was like, okay, whatever, thanks.
Hey, Feffy, welcome. Yeah, I have some outy ones on my neck that have been there for years and decades. So, but I still am like, I'll keep an eye on them just in case.
I know. I watch all my moles, so I'm like, your skin is showing shit. You don't like it.
Oh my god.
Are you asking if I'm wearing foundation? Because I am. It's Scream Queen because it's Queen Day, so
yeah.
I decided to wear the Scream Queen for Queen Day and try to make myself look brown again. What? Yes. You are not. First of all, there's no such thing as an old lady.
Exactly.
We only feel old. Ooh, that's good.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Look at that. And hey, wow. Diana, welcome to the live.
Hi, Diana. Hi, guys. I'm so excited. Like, don't even know. And I'm excited to do some roasting because this is going to be a roasty 5 for 5. We are going to talk about products that we hate. Yes. We're going to hope that this beer doesn't explode on me. It didn't.
Yay.
Party.
Oh, my goodness. You're looking super cute. Wendy Lou loves your blouse, Audra.
Thank you. This is a Stitch Fix blouse. Oh my gosh. I got a call today from Nadine West. Like the clothing service, Nadine West.
Yeah, like I don't know.
They called me and wished me a happy birthday. Like I was like fucking floored. I was like, are you guys serious? And they were. I listened to it. I saved it. I think I might be able to play it. Hold on. I have hair in my mouth. I don't know where it came from. The air conditioner kicked on. I was like, why is there like a wind in this go bag?
Oh, hey, Kara, welcome. And Kara says, happy birthday.
Hi, Kara. Let me see if I can play it. Okay, I'm going to have to X out of this first. And then I'm going to come to the things that says voicemail. Y'all, I've had this phone for years. I still don't know how most of it works. It's very sad.
It happens.
Okay, wait. Okay, here we go. This is the birthday thing that I got from Nadine West.
Hey, it's Nadine with Nadine West. I just wanted to call and wish you a happy birthday/birthday week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Yo, what kind of service? Did y'all hear that? I don't know it.
I heard it.
I don't know if y'all could hear it. Yeah, I just thought that was really, really cool. So, so that's the good part. Before we start roasting everybody, I did just want to make sure I threw out all the good news first because it's about to get fiery in this bitch. All right. I don't know about y'all. It's about to get very, very fiery in here, and I'm like, ooh.
Oh, it probably doesn't let you super chat because Audra's not monetized yet. But
I am not monetized. If you are a person who wants to super chat, all of the pay thingies or whatever are in the description. If that is a thing that you enjoy, no pressure, no push. Just if you wanted to do some shit like that, that's where it is.
But also, she's probably getting pretty close to monetization if y'all want to binge Audra's channel, because I've said this a million times, but when I found you in November, December, I was like, how does she not have more subscribers? You've made so many videos. You've been doing the damn thing. So I recommend just like binging it, especially if you haven't seen some of the older ones, and help push her to being monetized.
Well, what's funny, I think it's because like we've talked about this before, but I don't have like a little niche where I just do one thing. So it makes it hard for people to kind of figure out why they want to watch me. And I completely get that, but I have ADD and I would get bored out of my fucking mind if I tried to just do one thing. I mean, aside from like talking about horror films, I could do that all day, but but there's like a few things that, you know, I like to do that are different. And I like to be able to share them with people. And I don't want to be in a position where I get stuck and paint myself in a corner where it's like, oh, I'm just doing this. So basically, a lot of what I do is just horror, like talking about horror, talking about movies, music, and foundation reviews. I do talk about makeup. I love makeup. I'm a lover of makeup. I wear the shit out of makeup. I mean, my foundation, yes, but like, but I'm never going to be able to talk about, you know, an eyeshadow the way that Emily can. I can talk about a mascara all day long, but I can't talk about an eyeshadow like that. So I'm just like, what?
Also, I
so to get
said Audra that
he's got zoomies. I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
He got the zoomies.
It's all good. I said to Audra, I just said to you yesterday, I was like, let's just like consider the death to the niche channel and like not even make it a big thing, and just like we're making the things we want to make, and if you want to watch, you want to watch. If you like us, you like us. If you don't, I get it.
Yeah. And Tracy, you might want to pop out and pop back in, because that happens to me when I'm watching a live.
Yeah.
Is if anything changes, or sometimes even if I just try to have like something else up while I'm watching it, it'll just pop out of sync, and then I just go out and come back in.
I've had that issue actually with just regular YouTube videos lately too. It could totally be the live itself, but I've just had being an issue with just YouTube as general.
Yeah, it could be that, because the lives have been getting a little cheeky lady. They've been getting cheeky. I said cheeky.
Satine said, "You girls look chef kiss." Thank you.
Well, just a minute. Is this a thing?
I didn't know that was a thing either. I saw it happen twice in the chat. What? Tiramisu Oreos?
What the fuck are tiramisu Oreos? I can pull Justin Bieber. Listen, guys, what I'm going to need you to do is watch my videos while you're sleeping. Just keep me on play. Just play all my videos.
But
pick one of mine.
That answers Diana's question about how we can help get you monetized. Monetization in YouTube is you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So watch hours is the like people watching your videos. So that's why I'm like, go binge old content, leave it on replay in the background, like whatever you need to do, and that'll push up the watch time.
Yes. And I have like
oh wait, and Hannah, I think it's Annabelle, said happy birthday to me, but it's Audra's birthday today, not mine. It's Audra's birthday.
Yeah, Emily unfortunately has like a holiday birthday, so we're gonna have to. You know what? I feel bad for y'all holiday birthday people. So we're gonna have to work more on in 2020. Before we're really gonna start roasting. I promise. In 2020, let's make people who have holiday birthdays like actually get a fucking birthday. Okay, guys, let's stop doing this thing where like Christmas too, boop. Let's give them real gifts now. Okay. Jennifer, you're so fucking sweet. Oh my God. So I am going to hand it over to Miss Emily to go up with the first product that she hates. Because what we decided to do this time was go over 5 products that we have in our collection that we hate and are most likely going to declutter.
So I figure I would start with the thing that's probably the most boring to me. And that is a hydrating eye cream from Timeless, which is a skincare brand that I'd only heard of like here and there, but I'd heard that they had like good, fairly affordable skincare. So it's supposed to have, it has hyaluronic acid and Matrixyl 3000, which I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that.
It's a very gel-like eye cream. And I'm normally okay with that. My issue with this is that I find that it pills up. So no matter how long I wait between putting this down and putting something else on top, I find that like if I'm rubbing something else or tapping or just working anything else, like it doesn't pill up like little balls, but it feels like if you've ever put on one of those exfoliators where you can kind of feel the top layer of your skin come off. It's not the top layer of the skin, it's just the product. It's like the product doesn't want to actually sink in. I think if I was using it, I might end up using it up as like a face moisturizer, because when I can put it over a large area and kind of really rub it in, it's not terrible. Like it's not bad, but I used a good probably half or 2/3 of this. And I was finally like, no, like, I'm gonna use something else, and just like I think that's when I have a Trader Joe's eye cream that was like $6. That's just a fine hydrating eye cream that doesn't give me that issue. So I mean, it wasn't, I don't think this was somewhere between $15 and $20. It's like half a fluid ounce, maybe it was 15. Not a bad like price per ounce theoretically, but I just didn't feel like it was worth the effort. And then the ill effects made it even less worth it.
Yeah, I wouldn't use a product filled because I've had stuff like that and I checked it immediately because I'm not going to deal with that. That's too much work. Because nothing else will go on top of it. And then you have to keep fighting with it and arguing, and that's too much.
It felt like a waste of all of the products that I had on.
And I have to say a quick thank you to Chris. Chris, thank you so much. 805 Bird, thank you. And Fefi.
Yes.
This is not true. It may not be a party. It may not be gifts, but it's not going to be nothing, biatch, because I already have you in my reminders. Don't think I don't, because I set one on Google today. From Twitter, I saw you talking about your birthday and how it was awkward. And I didn't want to jump on your parade because it was my birthday, so I just left it alone. But you're already in my reminder. I said, well, I can't say it because then she'll wake up. You know, if you talk to Google, let's see if I'm like, am I trying to say something that isn't her actual name?
Mine just responded to Balexa. Okay, that's good to know.
What?
I said you were saying talk to like Boogle, and I was like talk to Balexa, but she was that.
Sorry, I have like 2 ears going because I hear him chewing on something and I don't know what it is, but I'm trying to like hope for the best. Yes, see, look, Fefi, people are going to be wishing you a happy birthday. Mm-hmm. You're about to have a lovely, happy birthday. It's going to be wonderful, and it's going to be in quarantine, which is fabulous. So, thank you. Look at all these people. Look at. Also, let's not forget it's hashtag Taurus energy, which somebody recently said it's like a lot of big dick energy, which is true.
Okay, so what do you first step roasting? I want to hear. Can't wait.
So since you talked skincare, I kind of brought this up at one point. This is the Juice Beauty Stem Cellular Anti-Wrinkle Booster Serum. First of all, the name, fucking ridiculous. But this does absolutely nothing for your skin. Nothing. I don't look more radiant. My skin does not feel softer. Like nothing happens. Nothing. And I like when I first used it, I was like, maybe it's doing something. I'm like, it's doing nothing. And when you kind of like you squirt it out, it kind of looks like jism. So it's like this jism kind of feel, like, or maybe like, and it looks like a maggot. So it's like, it looks like jizz and it looks like a maggot. And then you kind of do this and like nothing, it does nothing. Like you put it on, you're like, oh, okay. It doesn't even feel like other serums where you can kind of feel like, I don't know, that something nice is going on. It doesn't really have a smell. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. And here's the thing. I don't even really like most of the shit that comes from Juice Beauty because I feel like most of it does fuck all. So this is another one of their products where I think this shit is like $100 and it's just insane. Like, why would this be so expensive to do absolutely nothing to my face? Garbage. It just makes me mad. I'm like, I look younger without using, when I used that, I looked more old. I looked older. They made me look
I noticed Alicia's comment horns up. Alicia, are you a Taurus too? Because I feel like all of a sudden I'm getting to know all these Taurus in my life. And I'm like, okay, it's a good thing.
Once you know one.
Britt Clark is in the house. Happy birthday, Audra, in the shower. I love it.
Hi, Britt. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes today, girl. That was awesome. I really appreciated it. She told me my laugh is everything. And I was like, I don't know what that means.
Because I'm the best thing ever. That's what it means.
If you want to know like a weird story, like, so the reason my laugh is in my intro for all of my videos is because for the longest time in my life, I tried to hide my laugh because it's like loud hyena laughter. And I would just be embarrassed by it because I was just like, oh, I gotta like try to be like, it's so funny. And instead of like, because I open mouth laugh, like I'm not a person who's like, I'm like, ah! So I was so comfortable with it for so long. So I decided to put a thing that made me uncomfortable into my intro. And then now I love my laugh. Like I used to hate it. And then I just forced it on myself. Yes, britches. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I feel like, and somebody else mentioned that I think Gwyneth used to shill Juice before Goop, and that was probably the first reason why I was like, I don't like this brand very much.
Yeah.
Their oil cleanser left a lot to be desired. I bought that and I was like, nope, not a fan.
And their face wash, same, hot ass garbage. You may as well just like, I would rather wash my face with my own piss than wash my face with that stuff. It did nothing.
Oh,
like I really would have. I would have been like, you know what? I'll wash my face with my pee because at least the pee, I think I would be able to get some suds out of the shit. That sounds terrible. There was some roasting. Ooh.
But you followed it up with your laugh and it made everything better.
That was so fiery. I need some highlight on my nose.
I also love Kara's comment about Britt. She says Britt has an amazing laugh too. Barry knew her as the laughing lady before he knew who she was. That is
I know.
Cool.
Well, here's the thing. I love women with big laughs. Like because there's something, and I think it's because we're taught so often as women to like be demure and not be so loud. And when women have like big ass laughs and like they just don't care, they're just laughing from like their fucking gut. I'm like, yes, stop being fucking put down by the patriarchy. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. The chat is always so on fire.
I know. Oh, thank you.
Said the laugh is the favorite thing about your intro. I agree.
Oh, thank you. She said, Yolanda said, juice be itchy, huh?
And Alicia said, I love this. Juice Beauty and any of these brands that tout botanical power, give me my tretinoin. I was like, yes.
Give me some real, like, stop fucking with me. Like, it's because they're over here being like, because they used words that they use buzzwords like stem cellular, right? And then like, they'll tell you all kinds of weird shit. And they're just like, it like makes your BB, and you're like, no, it doesn't do any of these things. And they're like, fortified by the tears of 1,000 virgins. And I'm like, you can't even find 1,000 virgins, bitch. So like,
oh, I'm in that team, in that conspiracy team, Diana, but I feel that about a lot of hyped things.
Oh no. Oh, there it is.
And as Tracy said,
like,
poison ivy is a botanical.
Yeah. Everybody is like talking shit. You're just like, look, we had nerve. Now, I've tried that. I tried the green apple wash and I was like, oh, look, there's still tons of dirt on my face. Not only did it not do anything for any, but like the dirt is still on my face. Poison ivy is a botanical. Oh my God. And shit is all natural. Oh my God.
Fertilizer is all natural. That doesn't mean I'm putting it on my face. Satines has a great idea for me. Would you ever try doing drunk eyeshadow makeup? I would. And I might be filming a new makeup nonsense, the video that I do with Teresa pretty often, coming up in the next couple of days. So maybe after that, I will do drunk makeup, because I don't think tonight, my goal tonight is not to drink enough that I would be entertaining on camera in that way. But after a new makeup nonsense, yeah, I don't have much choice. I'm usually fairly drunk then. I don't have much choice. Yeah,
I'm like, we have different goals.
We do.
My goal is to get smashed. No.
But I applaud your goals, and I'm here to influence you to do
that. Yes.
Yeah,
she's a Becky, girl. Don't even get me started on how these ingredients are not sustainably resourced. Everyone is putting sandalwood in everything, and before we know it, that tree will be gone. Correct. And that's the thing, we just, like, I keep saying this about so many different things that we try to do, that we don't really recognize what we're doing when we do this stuff. Like, clean beauty sounds good in theory, but the reality of it, we're not paying attention to all the things that they're doing to, like, make my skin less wrinkly. So I'll take the chemicals for a long while, because at least I know currently there's not some kind of sad, jizzless raccoon making this. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing, is that, like, I don't feel like I know enough about materials and sourcing to know if, like, something that I like is ideal in that way. But I'm also not buying because, like, you told me it's clean. You told me it's botanical. Like, I'm buying off of some of its intuition, some of its reviews, some of its budget. So I feel like as long as you're not, like, falling into the marketing bullshit hype of it, if you're not a perfect shopper, which I don't think any of us are, like, don't feel terrible about it, but also just don't, like, let yourself get wrapped up into, well, they say it's organic and like naturally sourced. If that matters to you, you gotta kind of do a whole deep dive into research, and don't let one brand's marketing or Sephora's, like, clean skincare marketing, convince you of something.
Well, yeah, because I don't know a whole ton about it. Before we go, hi T, T's here. The nappy headed hobbit is here. You got to say it all like one, like a Tribe Called Quest. I saw that. But yeah, so I know, like, when I dig into it, I'll find out, like, I find out a lot of information about how things are sourced. But there's certain things that I started paying attention to, like, especially when I started digging into recycling, for instance. And when I really started digging into that, I honestly started to get mad, because I was like, so what you're telling me is the majority of the shit that I have been putting in recycle bins and doing, it's not getting recycled. Okay, thank you. So then I start realizing, like, they're putting the onus on us, but we're not even doing anything. So it's
exactly,
my amount of waste is never going to amount to the kind of waste that a lot of these beauty companies make, corporations in general. It's never going to make that. So I'm not worried about it. I know tomorrow. Oh, by the way, guys, before Emily goes to her next one, tomorrow, because I want to say this before I get smashed. Tomorrow, it's a time to stretch with Alicia at Kinky Sweat. I'll link her channel below. But you gotta go stretch, because my hips are like, listen. If somebody were to, need to put taco in carrot, I am limber. I am limber now.
You're getting your flexibility practice on.
Yes, my hips are, like, ready to swing. I can lift my legs pretty high. I'm doing good. Also, so thank you, Alicia.
Welcome to Lakeisha. Welcome, Lakeisha, to the chat.
Oh, Lakeisha.
The stretch lives are also just, like, very soothing to me, even if I'm not, like, doing the whole thing, and I'm just, like, bookmarking, saving for later. Like, I'm going to be referring back for sure. Hello, Tree Bird.
Yeah. I've started using her stretch time if I'm gonna film, to beat my face while I'm filming and while I'm stretching. And then I also use it so that I can stretch prior to the dance party Friday night. So it's like, All right, Emily, the floor is yours. That last one.
Let's see. Okay, I'm going to talk about this. So I talked about this in a live, I think with Alex. I talked about this kind of product, the ColourPop Just a Tint like balm lip thing.
Okay.
I have it in the color Give Me S'more, which I think is like the lightest, like it's a nude. And you would think like, okay, it's like a glossy, kind of sheer, kind of buildable lip thing. That's like great. I actually love the smell. It smells like passion fruit, and it literally takes me back to like a vacation I took 5-6 years ago in Cartagena in Colombia, where like I drank so many passion fruit cocktails, but it's a good memory experience, not a bad one. But this is one of those glossy lip formulas that just tears my lips the fuck up. It tears it up so bad. And I'm so annoyed by products like this because it's sheer and glossy and like easily reapplied. So I want to reapply it as it wears off. Except I wear this one day, and by the end of the day, it's like I've worn 10 liquid lipsticks layered on top of each other. And the fact that these kinds of formulas exist just drive me up the wall, because the point of this is like easy on your lips, easy to apply, all this stuff. And I feel like this is just not, it's so misses the mark for me. It really makes me mad because it's like it's like a nice color. It's a decent formula. It's not too thick, so it is kind of thin. And I think that's maybe why it dries my lips out. And I just can't handle formulas like this anymore.
That's a good hate though, because I've had some lip products like that dry your lips out, make them ashy as fuck. And you're like, what the hell happened?
Like,
and you keep putting it on, and it takes you a little while to realize like that's why the lips are like fucked up.
Yeah. I'm to like, just carry this with me and like reapply it whenever I want. Except I remember one day I gave it a couple of different tries, and like it literally would like peel the whole like top layer of my lip skin off. Hello, Allie. And I'm like pretty good at exfoliating and moisturizing and all of that shit. So yeah, this is why I don't like shopping from ColourPop on a whole, because I just don't trust a lot of the formulas they do. I don't feel like they test them long enough to know if they're actually fucking good.
Yeah, I only use like now on my lips I use Dr. Lip is one of my favorite ones, and then the other one, it's like now I can't remember its name. I love it and I use it all the freaking time. I'll have to like think about it and like probably go grab it at some point because it's one of my favorite things, and it's Hawaiian. I don't know why I can't remember the name. It's probably because it's Hawaiian.
And like I've been wearing the past 2 days, I've been wearing like a matte bullet lipstick for 4 or 5 hours doing like getting ready for these chats, doing the chats, and my lips don't feel near as bad as they have with some products like that.
Yes, right. Chuck E. Cheese on my birthday. Chuck E. Cheese on my birthday. Chuck E. Cheese, 1980.
Rude. Alicia said, right? It's rude.
Yeah, I'm really weird about that too, because I do not like it when my lip shit is like, I call it lip shit, but I don't like it when my lip shit is like that. And they're ultra satins. I don't really like any of ColourPop's lip stuff, to be honest. I don't even like their glosses. And I've had them. I don't like any of their lip stuff. I finally decluttered all of it because I had so much of it, and I just was like,
The ultra satin I don't mind, but I'm not gonna buy more. Like that's kind of where I'm at.
No. Yes, Bethany Hanalei. That's it. That is my favorite lip stuff because it just okay. So it's a little like more glossy. Both Dr. Lip and Hanalei are more glossy, but excuse me. But the thing about it is it feels so good. I wake up and my lips are nourished. Hashtag lip shit. Like that is a thing. Like I feel like my lips are nourished, and I don't, because there's a way to do it where it's not greasy. Because some of these fools like mistake greasiness with nourishment. And I'm like, because I had a lip balm that I like a oil color that I got from like one of my whatever the fuck boxes. And so I just couldn't handle it. I was like, my lips are dry. And like, the formula was so oily that it was like I had canola oil on my lips.
Oh.
And then on top of that, it didn't actually do anything nice color-wise. And then after, my lips felt really dry. So I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, I find a lot of injectables don't really work for me in the way that they might work for other people or as they're advertised. Diana, you live in Cartagena? Oh, I miss it. It's a great vacation place. Just saying. I not to be like a weird tourist person, but it was a really lovely trip that I went on. I mean, if you like this kind of shit and it works, go for it. Also, yes, Audrisms. That's what lip shit is.
You're really not the first person to say that to me. People have been saying that to me a large portion of my life. They're like, oh, it's just one of those Audrisms. You just have to, yes, canola oil. It was hideous, Alicia. I was about to die. I was like, who let this out?
Also, wait,
so now,
Annie says that she got hooked on Gothamista's Aeroton Ginger Sugar Overnight Lip Mask. I'm like, the words lip mask, I'm instantly hooked. I want to know more. I'm gonna have to research that straight up.
No, it was what is the name of that one box? Like, I've been drinking anyways, like a lot. Anyways, I was drinking a beer in the shower, y'all. You just gonna have to, like, this is what you're gonna get. No, it was Kinder Beauty. Like, why can't I remember that? Kinder. I was trying that box out. It's like, you know what? If you brown, it's not it. It's not it for me, sis. Like, that's it. It's just when you're brown, I don't think that they really have a grasp on, like, me being, like, people being brown. So, and that's okay. I know. I'm gonna start. You're right. All right. I will. Yes, Yolanda. I will throw that up in there.
Tell me what's
you want? I do everything in the shower. For those that don't know, for the longest time, I showed up in Brit's lives, and I'd always be like, okay, I'm in the shower while y'all are talking. And I would just be listening to, like, yeah, girl, get it. And then I'd come up and be like, I just got out.
I love that you announce it because you don't want to be rude. You don't want to be like, no, I'm not commenting on your live chat. Like, you want to, like, make sure people, like, you're being supportive. But we're like, do we need to know Audra's in the shower? I mean, I don't really care because YouTube is just a part of my life these days, so I understand it.
Well, I just feel really, because here's the thing, like, especially because I'm a fairly active chatter. I try really hard not to be because I feel like I get, like, all blah, blah, blah. So I can't help it. I'm a tourist. Leave me alone. But but then if I've been really chatty and then suddenly I go dark, like, for 15 minutes, I don't want, like, especially people that I know and I'm acquaintances with or we're friends and we talk over freaking Marco Polo, I don't want them to think that I just, like, bounce out of their lives. So I don't want to be a dick. Shower beers are a thing. Thank you. Texan, what? I shook hands today. We're not going to talk about it. All right.
Keisha's comment. Not currently in the shower at all. Usher, get out of my life.
Listen, I don't want to alarm you guys, but Keisha and I are the same person. This is my other account that I use to make me seem more famous. Thank you. Have a good day.
Do you want to talk about the second thing you hate?
Yes, I definitely will. All right. The next thing that I hate is this, hey, honey, take away the drama, youth boosting honey and copper peel off mask. If you mean I'm going to have youth because I'm going to peel off the first few layers of my skin and only be left with the, like, pink, shiny, new skin that can't see the light or the sun, then yes, it is youth boosting. It is so painful. It is in my declutter pile because it does not matter if you put on a little or a lot. It's all going to take up. And girl, don't you dare have a face hair. Don't. If you have one face hair, I mean, plucked the life out of my, like, I did it once and I was like, oh, because I thought maybe there was a problem. Oh, let me get rid of my face hairs, because I had damn near cried when it was, like, pulling out my cheek hairs. I was like, ah! Then
Ouch.
I shaved my face and tried it again. No, it's pulling off your whole life. Like, yeah, was I younger? Yes. But did I lose 17 layers of skin? Yes. And that's why none of you know I'm 40. It was this. So I guess maybe
You molted. You peeled off layers of your skin.
I was like,
Oh my gosh. Diana asks, are you going to roast something from Too Faced or Tarte? Because I feel like no roast can be complete without them.
listen, the entire Too Faced line is mostly a roast. So like,
yeah, I've ranted about how much of a like scam Better Than Sex mascara is before. I think the brush is oversized. I think the mascara is clumpy. I think the name is dumb. I'm done.
it is. I can never get over that because they keep doing that.
Yes.
Peppy. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, don't have like this is. I mean, and I'm a face mask lover, guys. if you were to actually see the collection of masks I have, you'd be like, bitch, you have one face. And I'd be like, yes, and it's flawless. So fuck you. But what I'm going to tell you is like, of all of them that I couldn't work with this. I couldn't do it. Like, I was just like, okay, well, I mean, I guess you can use it to remove hair though. You know what I mean? Like if that's what you want to do, your little mustache, just put some on there and whoosh, bye. We're talking about bitch bars. I cannot breathe. Y'all messing me up.
Also, Tracy.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait.
Y'all, I cannot.
I was going to say that both Tracy and Alex commented on the Better Than Sex mascara just as better than I could. And actually the video that I did in collab with Alex where we talked about makeup with names that make us want to die, that's where I definitely talked about Too Faced and Tarte for sure.
And the entire name makes me want to die, but I'm still gonna get some of their lip glosses. What is happening?
Wait, Kara said that mascara isn't better than the worst sex I've ever had.
Oh, you haven't had as bad a sex with me then. Wait, what? Just kidding. No, it was bad. The coconut oil thing was pretty rough.
Oh, that story. She has a video. Let's just say, go search for it. Go search coconut oil on Audra's channel. You'll probably find it.
Let me just tell you that when I watched that back, I was like, oh.
And yet, I'm still posting this on the internet.
Because the thing is, I started to, because you know how I edit. I edit for like this, like, so for me to watch it back and then actually see what I saw, I was like, because I saw myself saying like, and my vagina is literally crying out, I can't hear you. There's too much oil. I was like, oh my God, get me off the internet.
Alex, you're so sweet. That was a favorite line of mine. So she said, favorite line from Emily's video. As an asexual woman, even I know it's not better than sex. That's exactly, that sums up my entire feeling about sexual names and makeup. I'm like, have better sex, y'all. Pretty haircut merch? What?
I do not know what's happening. This is referring to what Emily was just previously talking about. This beer tastes like black coffee. It's so good. New from Too Faced, better than drunken sex in the alley from behind the bar mascara. How is that better? That shit is like lit. I'm sorry. Wait, am I revealing my life? I am. I'm sorry. That like weird, like sex in weird places. That's lit because like you might get caught and you're like, ah. Wait, I just like hissed instead of having a good time. Okay.
On the note of the hissing, I guess I'll talk about the next thing that I hate.
Go ahead.
Oh wait, with Feffy's comment. The coconut oil story made me thank the Lord for my coconut allergy, TBH. Okay. So, speaking of astrology, since we were talking about Tauruses earlier, I hate this Wet n Wild loose highlighter. This was in their astrology release, but they re-released it as like a permanent line in their line now, and just with different names. Here's the thing. When you apply this, so it's like a pinky tone highlighter. When you apply this over wet skin, I'm actually going to use some of my shit eye cream to show you. It looks amazing, but the problem is that there's no way to like stop it. There's not going to be any natural gradation. Like the shade is there and it can look amazing, but what ends up happening is that, I mean, you see me, everybody in here has probably seen me on a regular basis. I like glow. I like looking like a glazed donut. But I like being able to stop and start where I want to stop and start it. And when it's powdery, when it's not wet, it just doesn't look as nice. Like, it looks okay. It's not the swatch. It isn't even going to show you. It looks okay on your hand, but on your face, like, it doesn't look as nice. It just looks kind of like glittery, shimmery everywhere. So there's no way to control it in a way that makes it worth dealing with the fuckery that is loose highlighters. So, I mean, this would be enough highlighter to cover 10 bodies 10 times over. But I don't need that. I need like a product that I like to apply that's really shiny and pretty. So yeah, I've held on to it for like quite a long time. And I'm like, but why?
Why? You know, I got rid of I think I got rid of all of my highlighters because it's too difficult to deal with, number one. And almost all of them I seem to have the same problem you're having. This is not a family show.
This is not a family show.
Take that back. Awesome. And I saw you, Kara. You can hide. You can run, but you can't hide.
Also, I just wanted to say, I think Christine earlier asked about my shirt. I am indeed wearing Fat Girl Flow's Fat Bitch shirt.
Yes!
It is one of the favorite things in my collection.
Oh my God. I'm just going to make myself a shirt I'm going to make myself my own merch. It's just going to say Boney.
Pokey. I like the idea of like pokey. Like, that's actually my pose will poke you.
I'm like, Boney, pokey.
Bitch.
I know.
Oh, yes,
also, you do have to congratulate me because, bitch.
Yes, that is fucking amazing. See,
here's the difference. Kara lost actual weight. I just lost a human being. So I was 175 pounds in a man. And I mean, look at me. I looked older when I was married to him. Now look at me. Bitch, you thought. Let's do.
Le Boney. That's the word.
I swear I should do Le Boney. Like, look at, because like, I just know, well, here's the thing. I Marco Polo with Kara and Emily all the time. Now Britt's in the circle. So here's the thing that I start noticing. My blow pop head. Okay, here's the thing. I didn't realize, like, I always knew my head was big, but my neck is tiny. So I got this big ass head on this tiny little neck. And every time I see it, I'm like, ooh, I got to do something but what am I going to do? There's no head exercises. Wait, there's no head exercises.
Don't fall for that Huda Beauty trap. She has this like chin strap-on thing. It's supposed to like define your chin. It basically looks like you took a face mask and you hook it over the ears.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I love that comment from Tracy. I just lost 100,000 asshole.
No, so Nisa Pizza, I love her so much, you guys. Like, she's of YouTubers I don't know. She's someone I would like to know. She just cracks me up like all the time. Olive oil. Yes, girl, that's how you lose the grit. Look, you lose some of the best weight. That away. If you're sitting there being like, how do I make myself look fabulous again? There you go. No, I'm just kidding. I believe in love. I do.
Hey, Dan.
No, I do
new to
love-
the chat. Look at Lana.
Danica, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the birthday wishes, guys. Like, this is amazing. I'm honestly having the best birthday I've had in a long time. In Texas, it was gorgeous, which for you that don't know, because you don't, because I've never told you, my first birthday in Texas was, I think I turned 20 something. I don't know. And it hailed. And every year, virtually after that, it's just been a shitstorm of weather. And this year, for my 40th birthday, the fucking sun came out and said hello. And I had such a lovely and karma blessed-filled day with my friends, my mom, that I turned the air conditioning on earlier. Like, I turned it up, like, earlier than I normally would have, because I was like, you know what? I'm 40 today. I can have air conditioning on at 12.
Can.
So wait, where are we?
Your
What
turn.
is it? Oh, okay.
Because I only have 2 products left. You should have 3.
All right, I'm going to hit this one hard. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say this again. And I don't care. You can fight me on this. I'm going to die on this hill. This fucking Bum Cream is garbage. It's hot garbage. Every time someone says they like it, it makes me burn inside my... Listen, I feel like people who like this have never experienced true moisture in their fucking lives. And they just like the smell. Like, they like the smell. Like, it smells so good. But you're still dry. You're still dry. You are dry as fuck. You cannot tell me that the Bum Cream or whatever is actually moisturizing. I have put it in this part of my hand. You know what? The most dangerous part of your hand, the leatheriest, ashiest, hardest to take. Nuh-uh. Still white lines. Like that. I hate it. I hate it so much. And it makes me so angry. Like, Kate the Great and Britt both said they had it. I saw you, Britt, and I was like, it's horrible and I hate it.
To me,
like,
I've tried samples of that, and I'm like, when the brand finally released body sprays or perfumes or whatever, I was like, stop producing the bullshit lotion. You have perfume now. That's the only thing these motherfuckers want. They just want to smell like that. It's like my hatred for this. I'm like, it's not moisturizing. That's not moisturizing. I've tried sample upon sample of that. It's trash.
I cannot like it. And it makes me so angry. It is like one of the few products I have. Like, every time it shows up, I become enraged. When I see it, I get so mad. Like, I start throwing things in my house.
I love Tina's like, I'm unreasonably happy that you hate this. I hate the smell of that stuff. Do not get the hype. I do not get the hype. And also,
I'm sorry, guys.
Bum Cream. Now that's expensive, pretty smelling jizz in a jar.
Oh my God.
I'm just drinking all of this hate because I'm with y'all.
I'm sorry. I don't like it. Like, because here's the thing. I live my whole life. Like, listen. Oop, I just stuck my whole finger in it, which means I'm about to get moisturized. I use this. Like, I use Real Body Butter. Like, this shit is thick. I am going to be moisturized, and I'm currently moisturized. This is what I put on my skin today. Do you see how effervescent and glowy and gorgeous my skin is looking, like smooth? I put that Bum Cream on, and 3 minutes later, I'm like, oh, it's gone. It's gone. Like, I hate it so much. I have never had so much hate for a product in my entire life, but I hate it.
I was waiting for you to go in. I was waiting.
I tried really hard. I'm going to die on the hill. That Bum Cream sucks. And y'all just don't know what ash is, and y'all don't know what real dryness is. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing. When it started getting popular, I was like, look, if you miss Bath & Body Works, just go back and buy Bath & Body Works. You don't have to buy a bougie upgrade of it. It's okay. Don't waste your money on garbage. If you want to smell like vanilla candy, smell like vanilla candy. But don't waste your money.
Yeah, I mean,
barf cream.
the first time I got it in a beauty box, and I was so excited because I heard everybody talking about it. I got it, and I was like, I'm dry. And I was like, maybe I'm using it wrong. Maybe I just need to do this. I'm dry. Maybe I'm putting it in the wrong spot. I'm dry. Maybe I need to put it right here and say dry. Like every place I put it, dry. I also use body oils, but listen, Britt, when we meet in person, I'm going to tell you, and anybody who meets me in person, I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a very shocking ordeal when you actually touch my skin. I'm not saying this to be high on myself. I'm saying this because after fucking years of people touching my skin and being like, damn, what's going on with why is your skin so, I'm like, I have been putting baby oil on my skin since I was fucking 13 years old. You cannot. I have been moisturizing my body from neck to toe since I was 13 years old. Do not tell me that this dry ass cream is for my skin.
Bye, Alex Alchemist. I have to go, but y'all are amazing. Have a lovely rest of your day.
Bye, Alex. Have a good birthday. I'm so sorry. I'm done roasting the fuck out of the bubble.
You could roast that all the time and you would have me cackling, and I feel like so the comments.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Britt. I'm not trying to personally victimize you. I'm just telling you, you don't know my skin.
I agree with Alicia. She says, I feel like I would start having a severe allergic reaction if I use that.
Bum sauce.
And then Audra's been marinating in for 27 years.
What?
You do need a Netflix special. Goddamn.
Oh my God.
Just straight marinating.
I have literally been marinating in oils my entire life. I came out, I'm like, you know that scene in Queen of the Dam where Kasha's like, oh Lord. No, Bethany, I never allow baby oil near the taco. Mm-hmm. I didn't think the coconut oil was coming near the taco is the thing. I thought surely he's not gonna, and he did. And it was like a whole slip inside. It was a nightmare. Mm-hmm. I have never in my life, there's only been one other time where I've had to stare at the ceiling like that. That is just unnecessary.
As soon as you stare at the ceiling, I got the whole feeling, the whole vibe.
Thank you.
I do think you deserve a Netflix special. You are.
But I have ADD. Welcome to my party. I cannot sleep with socks on because it's too fucking hot. When my feet are hot, I'm hot. I can't live my life like that. I can't have hot feet. Although last night I slept in a whole ass sweatsuit. I don't know what's wrong with my body.
You're turning 40. Who knows what's happening?
I know.
To be honest.
Baby oil smells good. It feels good. So you shower, if you're wondering. You shower and then you put it on your skin and then you rinse and then you stand there a little bit, rinse off, then get out, then you towel dry, then you put on your fucking lotion. No, the oil is not the end. You put on your lotion and then you go to bed and then you just lay there being like, I'm shedding off all my skin all the time. Apparently,
Wait, I have a question because I've never done the in shower moisturizing, even though I've been hearing about it for years. Do you leave it on for a long period of time, or do you just put it on and wash it off?
You don't even wash it off. So this is why I got pissed. This is what I'm. Jesus. Ooh, sorry. I saw the power blink for a second. I'm like, is there a storm coming through? No, so what's crazy about this is when they started coming out with this shit, they're like, and it's so overpriced. I was like, what the fuck are they doing? I was like, do people not know about baby oil? When I saw those commercials, I was like, do people not know about baby oil? You can get You can get store brand for $2, and these motherfuckers are over here selling it to you for $10. You just like what you do is you take your regular shower, you clean, and get everything shaved, whatever. Then you put on your oil, and then you just rinse, and then you get out, and then you towel dry. And then it depends on, you know, what you want to do. But if you want to have baby soft skin, that makes people, even when they touch your buttocks, be like, damn, your ass is soft. And I'm like, I know. Then you put on lotion afterwards.
That's amazing.
And now I exfoliate my skin every night. Like, you cannot come near my skin. Like, that's why I don't like people to touch me. I'm like, oh, don't touch the merchandise, bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
Respect the skin. That's all.
I know.
Respect because you put in the work.
Like, some guys trying to be like, hi, I'm like, don't touch me. I don't need your creepy oil on my skin.
I'm sorry. Any person that like makes contact without asking first, especially if you're a stranger, no, that's an instant. We're done here.
Yeah, but it's the South, and everybody always wants to hug, and you're like, please don't. They're like, we're like family. I'm like, no, we're not.
I'm from the South. I spent 25 years there, and I'm like, fuck off. I don't want it.
Yes, bitch.
That's amazing. You're teaching everyone about foundation and skin and I've also heard about just getting straight mineral oil. Alicia says mineral oil is an amazing occlusive and keeps the majority of water in your derms that layers. I forgot which one specifically, but yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, because I mean, I grew up like that. My mom always put baby oil on her skin, and so I did too. So like I've been doing it for years. I don't, and I've never had anybody. And the thing is, I didn't realize anything was weird about it until I started getting older, and people were like, "Oh my God." Women and men, like, they would touch me here, and then they would just be like, and then people were petting me. So now I just don't let people pet me anymore because that's fucking awkward. But like, it was like a thing where people would just be like, "Oh my God." And I'm like, I don't, do y'all not lotion up? I don't know what to tell you. Like, it was just a weird thing for me.
Like basic things that people are for science, for sure. For science, I'm with you. Touch, but not pet. Yes. I'm not gonna be one of those people.
I mean, you're my friend. My friends can totally pet me. It's fine. Because it's a weird affair. Like, I have hair on my arms, and it took my ex-husband, I don't know how many years to find out, like, to see that there was hair there. I think we moved into a house by that point. He was like, "Do you have hair on your arms?" I'm like,
yeah.
I think we've been together for like 6 years now. You're just now noticing?
Oh my God. Okay. That was a lovely tangent, by the way.
I'm sorry. I like lost my whole shit on
good tangent. I say tangent in a good way. Because now I'm like, okay, I have some things to think about. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about hating. I love like color on my waterline. I wear colorful looks, but I love having a waterline color. I've never bought an Urban Decay eye pencil until they came out with this neon collection with their fairly stupid relaunch of the electric palette as a wired palette. And I was suckered in. I was like, okay, fine, Urban Decay. I'm gonna buy this one. Now, if I build it up, it's a really pretty color. But I'm not doing that in my waterline. That's not happening. So when you just go in 1 or 2 times, like for $22, this is not how this should perform, in my opinion. Like,
wait, did you just say $22?
Yeah. I had a gift card when I bought this, so that's why I bought it. Otherwise, I would have returned it, because now I'm like, I don't think I can return it because of how I bought it. But I was like, fine, I'll like stupidly spend my money. Don't release a product if you can't do it well. Like, I've bought some $5 to like $8 eyeliners that perform similarly as bad and annoy me, but they were $5 to $8. This one is not that price point. It's way too fucking expensive. Indigo Blue Beauty says don't put it in the waterline. Urban Decay burns my eyes. It hasn't burned my eyes, but I'm never going to put enough of it on to make it worth it. And I'm not going to like put down a white eyeliner first and then put this on top. No, there are ways to formulate this kind of color with a little bit more white in the base where the color will actually show up. This was just it annoys me because of the price point. And I'm like, okay, so I'm just not going to buy any of these eyeliners from Urban Decay because I've tested one and that's enough for me.
And that's so weird. Like, so the black one works fabulously well, but I am going to say I can't put anything in my waterline anymore. Like, I can do all under, but I cannot, if I put anything in my waterline, it irritates because my mom there's some kind of thing going on where like she doesn't produce any saline, any water. Her eyes are dry. My eyes are getting like that. So she has to use special drops. So if I put anything in my waterline, anything to like block the ducts that are already having a hard time making any water, then I end up, that's how I've been getting these styes. So I finally figured it out. I have been getting these styes by putting things in my waterline. And I finally had to go, okay, I can't fuck with my waterline. I'm not going to be a waterline bitch. Everything has to just be on the outside, and I'm just gonna have to be satisfied with that because I used to be able to, but as I've gotten older, my eyes have gotten drier. Speaking of which, I just had to give up and quit doing it because I was like, nope, it's not gonna work. And I just because the thing is, another thing that I notice is because there's different kinds of styes, right? Yeah. So I started to notice that I would be like, well, I didn't use this product and I got a sty, you know, and I started to realize that the common denominator every time I got the sty was the second I did my waterline, that's when I got a sty. And I would change out products, change out brushes. So I've been working on this for a while since the last one I got I think I just got over one. And I finally figured out that that's what it is. I can't put anything in waterline.
Oh, T asked, is that from Urban Decay Basquiat collab? No, this is from the Wired collection that came out just like in the last couple months. I did look at those colors back then, but I didn't buy any then. I have an issue. The outer corners of my eyes have a tendency to not want to take any color. So sometimes doing just lower lash line color looks weird because I'll get this gap. I'll just get like a very like obvious gap where it's not the waterline that's not taking color, it's the actual regular skin. I think it's the shape of my eye because I think it's almost like the shape of my eye. There's like kind of a waterline, almost consistency skin out there. So sometimes I'll skip the actual color on the lower lash line, but if I do a pencil, then it still looks like tied together and all done. Yeah. And I don't buy ColourPop liners that often because I get so annoyed that I'm going to spend $6 or $7 and then have a flop, and they're not sold at Ulta. And so like I'm pretty ruthless with a brand like ColourPop. If they're sold at Ulta, I'm going to buy it. If I'm not happy with the formula, I will return it. But because I bought so many things directly from the ColourPop site that I haven't liked, I don't really want to even do it anymore. And yes, I looked very disappointed. I just want to see if there's anything else. Oh, Alicia said, I have a feeling Linda Hallberg will come out with neon liners. I hope. I actually put my first Linda Hallberg order in pretty recently. So I'm going to be trying her liners soon. I got the like primary color collection. I'm very excited. I'm like,
she's on my wish list.
She's doing a 30% off sale, and I was like, well, I can't afford it right now, so I'm gonna do it. But I'm also very realistic. Like if her liners don't work for me, I'll know that like I've tried a lot, and we'll see.
I'm looking for. Oh, sorry, y'all. That's my neighbor. He's about to start working out. Apologies. Because he can't, like, since nobody can work out at the gym, he has a storage unit and it's right next to me, and he works out, and I don't say anything, not because he only has one leg. He has two legs, but the other one's like not prosthetic. That's the word I was looking for. But that's not why. It's just because like I'm not a bitch, you know? That's all. Like I understand that people want to work out. I have had my eye on a very specific Linda Hallberg, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce it properly because I get out of here. but there's one that I wanted. One of these, there it is. I'm going to show it to you because like, oh my God, when I show it to you, you're going to understand that it does belong to me and why it belongs to me, because I'm a gorgeous unicorn creature and I deserve these things. I'm like, and I deserve these things. Do we all do that to ourselves? Do we all just tell ourselves like we just deserve shit? Like,
oh yeah, her little quads. Like those
yes,
draw me in even more than I would say Pat's have drawn me in. But that's also
yes,
because I've been able to swatch Pat's formula with those, and I wasn't terribly impressed compared to a lot of my indies. I agree with Alicia that she needs to do some neon liners, even if she just does some more interesting colors, but in the matte formula, that would excite me.
Ooh, her crayon. Okay.
That's what I got. T said she bought 2 of the neon liners from ColourPop and they were garbage. Exactly. See, I have really, the other thing I didn't mention is my waterline just has a tendency to not like a lot of crayon, like eye pencils. It just doesn't want to grab hold. There are certain brands that it works for. The Marc Jacobs matte formula, the Fenty matte formula, 1 or 2 of the ColourPop really super vibrant colors, and the rest, like, it'll kind of stick and then just fade away. So I'm extra like harsh on eye pencils, but I don't want to waste my money on like something that I'm excited about and then it's garbage.
He's kind of cute, but he's young. I don't know. Like, so here's the thing. I'm always worried about kind of hating on him because I don't know how old he is. I don't want to be a creep. I am a creep, but I don't want to be a creep. Does that make sense? Like, it's one thing for me to be like yelling at you when I don't like, listen, am I the person who yells at my window like, damn? Yes, I am. But the windows are up. You know what I'm saying? It's fine most of the time. Sometimes I forget they're down, but we're not going to talk about that part.
Linda mentioned that she saw a lot of, Linda Peak mentioned she saw a lot of Linda Hallberg on Mercari, but there was a good point brought up that they've had a lot of robberies in the last year. So it's totally possible that you're seeing stolen product on there. I also think with a brand like Linda Hallberg, I think that people I haven't tried her stuff, but from the outside, I look at it as like, she is a makeup artist. And so I could totally see people buying her stuff, expecting one thing, getting something else, and feeling like they were ripped off or this wasn't like meeting what they were expecting.
Mindy, first of all, I'm not going to say I'm the queen of foundation, but I'm the queen of foundation. So, we need to talk. We need to talk about what's going on with your skin so that we can find what you need. Listen, we're not going to talk about the amount of foundation that is in the mail right now. We're just not, because it's going to hurt my feelings. But because I'm pretty sure there's like 5 different foundations on their way to me. I ordered them at different intervals and they have not arrived yet. Yeah. So there's 5 foundations. I think one of them is Charlotte Tilbury. Marc Jacobs is in there. Like, there's a lot of shit coming my way. But I have only met one foundation that I could not fuck with. Only one. And I am old. And I will eat your children. No, I'm just kidding. I won't eat your children. I'm sorry. I seriously.
Souls over there.
I'm young because I eat your children. No. But no,
big. That's gonna be clipped.
But here's the thing about foundation and a base. There's so many things. The number one thing that people always, myself included, when I first started with it, doing wrong with it, is I didn't know what my skin did to be able to wear a foundation. And now that I know how my skin behaves, what it needs, what it needs for each foundation, girl, I can wear any foundation on the fucking sun. It doesn't matter. I can wear it dewy. I can wear it matte. I can wear it in satin. I can wear it natural, all of it. And not a one of them is going to make me look foolish because I'm sorry. I got a little, I'm full of myself on my 40th birthday. I'm like, bitch, come at me.
Should be. So, you should be. Chris
I cannot with y'all.
The chat's full of little children. I'll take it away. Oh, Kara. You can feast on my toddler that can as a chopstick.
Oh, you know what?
Having seen the Marco Polos, I don't blame you.
Barry was trying so hard. And you know what's funny is before Barry ever said anything, or before Bennett said a word, Barry's like got him on Marco Polo. He's like, "Hey Bennett, can you wish Audra a happy birthday?" He didn't say anything. I said no, and then he said no, and I was like, "Taurus children, what's up?" Everybody's donating their children. Y'all been in lockdown for too long that you're just like handing out your children. Yeah, once you know what your skin does, and then the other is just the amount of foundation you're using. And I get it. A lot of people enjoy using their beauty blender. I don't like a beauty blender because the last test that I did on another foundation, I don't know if you guys want to see the review or not. I was going to put that up on community. But the last one that I did, I went back and tried putting it on with a beauty blender because for the people who like it, obviously, I hate it. Like, I hate it. Just you have to like go back in with a brush anyway. Like if I use a beauty blender, I have to go back in with a brush or something to just like settle it all the fuck in. And what's funny about that is if I go back to my old foundation reviews, I was doing exactly that. So like, I may as well just use the brush. Like, why am I making this complicated?
I also love Bethany's comment. I think it's a little further up. Wait. Audra wears Becca foundation and uses the Milani brush. So I use Becca foundation and use a Milani brush in my best friend's voice.
That Milani brush, like I have been using it nonstop. Like I have other brushes, but I'm like, but this one's the best one. I can't stop using it. I keep trying not to, but I do have a Marc Jacobs foundation brush coming because I felt like being a bougie bitch. Don't come for me. Don't.
All I'm thinking is there's like a million other high-end brands I would have probably recommend trying a brush from besides Marc Jacobs, but I haven't tried the Marc Jacobs brushes, so I might not know a damn thing.
That's why I want to try it.
I just know Alicia and Michelle Wong and who else? Everyone else who I've gotten fancy brush recommendations from.
Yeah, like I feel like if I ran into, why the fuck would I run into Michelle Wong? Like I don't even know where I would be where she would run into me. Like I think she's fabulous. I'm just saying I don't know where I would be that she would just like because I wouldn't be any of the places she would be. She's fabulous. I'm over here like I'm over here just like in my little. I'm at Walmart and Target getting my shit. I don't foresee running into her in a Walmart and Target if I'm in Vegas. Okay, I'm just saying.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think she's a pretty I wouldn't be surprised if you did, but that's my.
Oh no, she's super chill. She's like amazing, but I just couldn't imagine running into her. And I don't know what she would just be like I feel like I would just be like, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. She'd be like humiliated.
The most chill person.
She would literally be looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing? And be like, I'm sorry. Thank you. T just said it best. I can't afford to run into Michelle Wong. I cannot either. I can't even listen, Alicia's over here if you want to use this brush. I actually do it fairly good. I'm getting good at some of my impressions because she says, she's like, whenever Alicia has people come in, she's like, stop.
I always think of, I'm probably not going to be good at this impression, but Italy.
I love when she's like, hello friends, welcome to my video. That's what kills me. I love it that she says it, that. Welcome to my video. They wouldn't let me in either. Wherever Michelle is. I feel like Michelle is the velvet ropes. Do you understand what I'm saying? She is the velvet rope. She's not what's behind it. She is it. And you're like, So sorry.
I agree with that, even though I know Keisha was like, I don't mean selling people, but I agree. I agree with that combo.
And you say that right now as like Django Unchained is like keeps showing up as a movie for me to watch. I'm like, I don't want to. Thank you. I finally finished watching 100% Hotter. There were like 1,000 episodes of that. I don't even know. Let's see.
Interesting.
No, it does not. No, listen. A little exfoliant, you just need a few little things here and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You will be fine. I promise. Because listen, like skin texture is, first of all, everybody has texture. And I will say this in every fucking video until the day I die. Everybody has texture, okay? Even babies have texture. When they're born, they got like placenta on their faces and it's kind of good, but then the placenta dries up and then they're left with that little rosy shit on their cheeks, rosacea. They'll be fine, but like everybody has texture. So to feel like, again, I say this too, when you are looking, like I don't edit my Instagram photos for my own mental health, but I like for people to be able to, you don't have to follow me. It's not a big deal. But if you go and you look, I do not mind showing off my texture because like that's real shit. Like that is my face. It's not going to magically not be my face because I stopped showing it to you. You know what I mean? So like, I think it's really important to show that you have texture and you have a whole, like the lights do a lot of stuff for my face, but I have texture. The lights do a lot of things to hide every sin that I've got on my face, but like they exist.
Oh, that's rude, Keisha. Audra, give her your honey shellac. No.
What? What is happening over here? So she's gonna have like this, like here, you have this and peel off layers of skin. You'll be fine after you peel off like 17 layers and all you're left with is the skin that should never have seen the light of day right now.
Oh my god. I do agree with Alicia actually has a good tip because she says I need to keep my hands off my face. That does.
Yeah.
Also, Chris, hello, welcome. And
hi, Chris. Here's the thing too about keeping your hands off of your face, specifically when you have makeup on. It is the worst. Honestly, when I have makeup on and I touch my face, it is the worst possible time for me to touch my face. Usually because my hands aren't as clean as they could be. You're at work, you're just touching your face. When it's nighttime and I'm washing my skin, I'm doing my skin routine. I've washed my hands probably 37 times in between each thing that I'm doing. So it's not a horrible thing there. And I'm not having a lot of skin oil. It's when we have our makeup on that we're touching our faces and really fucking our shit up and we don't realize it. And I only notice it because I will come home and I'll be washing my face and I'll find like a line right here where I had probably like done this maneuver with my makeup on. And I realized that it's more having my makeup on when I touch my face than my makeup off. Because I've washed my hands like a zillion times. Whenever I do my face at night, I wash my hands, I get all crazy with it. And then the few times I do touch my face at night, I have clean hands. They're clean. Yeah. But in the daytime, they're not. I know. We have Kafifi. Coffee. He who should not be named.
Yes, he should not be named. Kara had a good, interesting comment. Tarte does this weird shit where they promote their shadows as improving the texture of your eyelids. Am I supposed to be self-conscious of my damn lids?
No, this is bullshit. And like, this is a skin thing, so I can talk about this. What they're trying to do is like, so as we get older, the lids get a little bit thinner and they get more lined. And I've always had lines my entire life, but they've gotten more pronounced. Like every year I get older, they get more pronounced. So what they're basically trying to do is trick you into like using some bullshit that's going to supposedly not show those lines. First of all, I like my lines, my weird little wrinkle lines, my little rolls in there. Like, fuck you, I like them. But do not let them trick you into thinking that you're going to get an eyeshadow or an eye product that's going to like hide that. Like it's always going to be there. It's never going anywhere. There's nothing that's going to hide the texture of them. And there's not texture really. There's not texture on the eyelids. It's lines. It's aging. They're just trying to be nice about saying aging.
Well, texture can be there because sometimes it's crinkly. Sometimes it's not lines. Sometimes
that's
it's like
true. It is crinkly because it's like
it just depends on the eyelid. Yeah,
that's the big one. And I do a lot of shit around that big guy.
And I think the thing is that not having used any of those Tarte shadows in particular, when I hear something like that, I feel like, okay, so you're going to give me an eyeshadow that's full of dimethicone, that's like slippy and maybe a little thicker in texture, just like a blurring primer would have. And I just don't want that texture on my eyelids because that feels heavy. That's why I don't like wearing those primers on my skin. Like I wear intense shadows on my eyes, and I'll wear something with like texture or things like that, but they don't feel heavy the way something like a thicker silicone shadow would. And that too, Kara. Show me models that are actually of age.
And that's a big one because here's the thing, and I say this about skincare all the time, like don't let them complicate it for you. Don't let them confuse you because they start using just like that fucking anti-wrinkle, whatever crazy bullshit serum, like all these words that they use to like try to trick you. It doesn't need to be this complicated. And they're tricking you into thinking that you have problems you don't have. Like, honestly, with my skin, my only big concern is there are exactly 2 cosmetic surgeries I would get done. 1, the dips. 2, lift these up. Just pow, 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 pow.
So in terms of your face, there's only one.
Just I'm already braless. If they were just like up a little bit, I'd be like, bitch. But like that's really it because my cheekbones are like sharp. They are sharp. It's what so that's like,
good night, Alicia. Have a good
night, Alicia. I always say it like I'm fucking, it's a Texas thing. Alicia, good night. I'm looking forward to my stretches tomorrow. I got to get ready. There's some fine ass motherfuckers. I mean, there's some things I got to do.
Some things or some folks or,
Listen, I just recently changed my life.
You did.
I did. I'm not, these fuckboys, I'm not messing with them. I'm not messing with them. Don't come for me. But I'm not. I'm not messing with them. And now it's like, it's a different, I am trying to find love in separate homes. That's all I want. I'm working on it. Oh, wait, is it your turn?
No, it's your turn.
Oh, holy shit. Jesus. We're an hour and a half into this thing and I fucked it up.
I was about to be like, so you want to talk about your 4th product?
Okay, so my 4th product is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. Listen to me. It fucking reeks. It is... The perfumey smell of this is so intense. Imagine putting this shit. Listen, when I put this by my eyes, they watered. It's very also not the exact shade, but they watered because it is, if I had smell-o-vision right now, none of you could breathe. I want you to know, like you would not be able to breathe. It is like you,
cream.
Oh God, this smells like you remember when we went to the mall and they used to like fucking spray perfume at your face and they would spray a few different perfumes, like that's what this smells like. A few different perfumes spritzed at your face. Not only that, but like, I just don't really love the coverage as much. I feel like obviously it creased because there's no such thing as a creaseless concealer. We're going to move past that. But the thing was, I feel like the coverage was pretty watery. Like as you kind of go through, it just felt very watery. It didn't feel like it was doing anything. And a lot of times I felt like it disappeared fairly quickly. So it wasn't really doing any kind of like highlight, or it also was not concealing anything. Because like once you got behind it, it was like, okay, well, that's what I got. And so there's a reason I tend to sometimes use some of these more yellow shades, because when I was brown, these yellow shades were great. Now I'm yellow, so these aren't as good for me. But I hated this in the first place because the smell, you can't even get past it. It smells so intensely, and it is like a perfume. And I tried to look to see what the ingredient, and they're like, apply in small dabs and let dry. How am I supposed to let it dry? It stinks. Like, it smells so perfumey. I've never run it, like, none of my concealers smell like this. None of that. Oh God.
Oh, that's interesting. One.
Oh my God.
Okay, that one. I don't remember exactly what it smelled like, but it had such a strong smell. I tried that. I definitely fell into the hype because of Christy. I bought the lightest shade, even though I knew it wasn't going to work for me, but I was like, well, I'll try. It was like I feel like it was as dark as this lip pencil on me. Like, it was just like so way too dark. I tried to like adjust it with like lightning drops and like all this stuff, and I was just like, this is just not meant to be, and it also smells really gross. So no.
I almost spit out my beer because of Pfeffy, and I wanted to put this up because I did. She said, people always tell me that concealer has my shade, but I've heard from everyone that it smells like grandma and disappointment. Like, fucking A. That is correct. Yeah, this is assault. Like, I honestly feel assaulted by this. I tried to use it. It's bronze beige. I don't know how the fuck I got this color, but I know why, because I used to be darker, and then this was like a nice highlight. But now it's like, are you okay? I didn't understand it. I didn't understand why they made it. It's too smell. It's very floral. It's an extremely floral scent, and it's intense. And I don't understand why you would make a concealer that's going to go in this area, because I have sensitive eyes. There's actually, like, this mask, even this mask, I like this face mask, but I can't get it too close to my eyes because my eyes will fucking water.
Yeah,
and it's not in
it,
it, but my eyes are sensitive. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was totally talking over you. I was going to say, I'm not anti-fragrance, but a lot of makeup has fragrance in it that just doesn't need it. Concealer doesn't need fragrance. Like, foundation, I don't think needs fragrance. Like, I know that I'm going to smell some, like, material, some, like, raw material smell. Yeah. I'm okay with that. I don't want fragrance in it because I'm with you. I have sensitive eyes, and you don't need it.
Yeah, they all kind of, like, all of my concealers kind of smell like paint. I don't know how else to explain it, but they all kind of smell like paint.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. But when you try to cover that up with, like, an ancient perfume from the gods, I don't know why you did that. Like, I was fine. But, like, it was perfectly acceptable before you put all that shit in it. And you're right, it does oxidize like fucking shit. Because you saw how yellow it was. So this is another reason why I tend to get concealers in a much lighter shade, being a person of color, because if you don't, you can end up looking white as fuck. Okay, if you don't get it in the right light shade for your face, what ends up happening. So like this one, I actually really like this Pretty Vulgar one. It's one of my favorites because it's like my skin tone, but better. But let me get here. But this is one of my favorite ones. I like it because it's just right. But the thing about this is it dries down almost exactly this color. It doesn't go too far from this.
Yeah.
And the Milani is pretty much close to that as well. But the reason I tend to do that is because, like, if I get a color like for this, like, I know you're looking at like, damn, bitch, that's so light. Yes, I know. But this actually does oxidize a bit to where it is a bit deeper than this actual shade is showing. So you have to kind of be careful, because when you have red, like when you have a gazillion undertones, like I have red, I have yellow, I have blue, like it just depends on what's happening, right? If I have enough sun, then I'm almost exclusively I'm very neutral. I'm very neutral. But persons of color especially have issues with the varying undertones of our skin, because like right here it's this and right here it's that. I just cannot stand the way that this came out, and it gives a ghost cast. That was the other thing I hated about it. As it dries down, it's like dark. So if you were taking pictures, like you have massive flashback, you look like a fucking monster. Like there will be like 4 points of your face that are just like, and I'm black in a fucking bar photo, y'all. No, I'm not doing this shit again. It is not 1996. It is not 2004. It's not 2007. I'm not about to be in the photo looking like some damn minstrel. It's not going to happen. I'm done with that shit. Like, no, you're not going to have my ass over there looking all, ooh, no. Absolutely not. I just watched Tales from the Hood today. I think that's my problem.
Yeah, no, that turned straight gray on your hand. I'm like, that's not any way to look. Like, that's not color to be.
And that dries down. And if you don't put powder, if you don't put and you can't use translucent powder for this if you are my color. No, you're going to have to use a brownish setting powder for it to not look like hot garbage. Hi, baby dog. I call now I'm calling every animal a dog. I'm like, hi, baby dog. And it's like, that's not a dog. I'm like, same thing.
That's okay. He answers everything and nothing, so it doesn't matter what you call him. I mean, I agree. I hate floral scents, generally speaking. I really don't like most of them. So any like heavily floral perfume, I don't.
That's what it is. I once had a beer that tasted like this, and it was horrible.
Oh no! Blech.
Yeah, it was a seasonal thing. It was a cider beer, because Woodchuck is actually a really good beer, but they were, how you get their little packs. I don't know if you know, but they have a whole seasonal pack, and everything was good except for the grandma beer. It tasted just like this, and I was like,
and I like a mixed pack like that for sure.
Part 2, T. I watched Tales from the Hood 2, which was highly relevant. I was watching it today, like, damn, they were spitting facts. It's a little goofy, but listen, he was on it. Now it's your turn. I'm sorry. Let's get through the products so we can just chat away, because I'm getting lit.
So the last one that I have is the Exotic Peacock palette from Riley Rose. That's hilarious, Bethany. So here's the thing with this one is that maybe I should have called this an apathy decision and not a hate, but so this is the inside. So here's the thing. That
is hilarious. I cannot breathe.
There are some colors in here that, like, of course I'm drawn to because they're greens and they're murky and all of that. And you would think color, this is totally my thing. I hate palettes that are very like one level of saturation or one tone. And to me, these are all like dark, bright colors. There's not like there's something about the formula and the way the colors turn out on the eyes. They're all just very like bright, but there's not really lighter tones besides this one shimmery pink. Even these turquoise tones kind of look similar on the eyes. There's not the way to get like dimension outside of pulling in other colors, and so I just don't use it. And like I don't like when, I don't know, there's something about it that it's like if you had pulled in a more true like matte icy blue to help blend out, or a deep almost black purple or black blue, like there's just ways that they could have added actual dimension to this rather than just a bunch of bright colors. And I can get bright colors anywhere. I don't need like a weird mix of these bright colors.
It looks like a companion palette. Does that make sense? Like it looks like a companion palette.
Yeah.
Like a palette that you use with other palettes.
That's what it is, but it's like not exciting enough that I even want to find things to pair it with. Like all the formulas are just fine. They're not terrible, but they're just fine.
It's fine.
Like it's just, and I think because I kind of felt like this was like somewhat hyped within the smaller beauty community, like not falsely so, maybe when it came out, because it came out a little bit before I got it. I got it early 2019 or like like April 2019. Actually, I've had about a year, and I just don't use it. I don't find it inspiring. I think this brown doesn't really blend with most of the other colors. The shimmers aren't that shimmery. It's just like I get hatred from it because it's so like mediocre. And I'm just like, why did I waste my money? Why are you still in my life? You need to go.
And I hate it when a brown does not, like, here's the thing. If you put a brown in and it doesn't go with shit, I want to chuck your palette against the wall. Cause I'm like, listen, brown is, cause the whole point of the brown is that if you want to do something super simple, you just put a little brown on the outside, kind of blend it through your crease. And then like, you just have a very simple, nice color through the rest. And you're like, yay, simple look. Yeah. If the brown doesn't do, oh my God, I hate it.
Like, and I was thinking like the brown with like the pink is like a basic eye, but the brown is such a weird color. Like it might go with the greeny tones, but it's just really hard to build a full look that's like dimensional and interesting. And so it just it's just so annoying. It's just like, I think that's my thing with palettes is I get really picky in particular about how colors are arranged, dimension and texture, a range of like from lighter to deepest. And when they don't do that, I'm just like, nope, I don't want you.
And see, and Diana, that right there, that is why I do the hype reviews. To be honest, like I know that it, like, again, I know that I'm not going to be successful, like super duper. I'm not going to blow up and be crazy because I'm waiting to do my shit until after. But the reason I do it is because I'm a regular bitch, right? And a lot of us like to try to kind of think about our purchases. You want to buy something and you get really excited, but you remember the last time you got excited and you bought some shit and then you were disappointed. And so one of the things that I try to do is I'm always trying to bring, okay, it's been a couple months. How do people feel? Like, well, how do I feel about this? Now that everybody's not talking about it, now that everybody has thrown it into their back fucking drawers and they're going to declutter whatever the fuck. And approximately 3 to 6 months, we're going to see a declutter video with all this shit. They were like, oh my God, it's so great. And then like, chuck. So my overwhelming thing, especially when it comes to foundation, is to be able to come back to you and go, okay, I tried this foundation after everybody's talked about it. Like I have, and here's the thing, I don't have a dog in the race, right? I'm not trying to be first. I'm not trying to be the best. I'm just trying to give you an honest opinion of how I feel about said foundation. And that's what one of the biggest reasons I started the After the Hype reviews is because I hated that when I wanted to go onto YouTube and I wanted to see how an eyeshadow palette was or how this was, it bothered me that all I got was shit from the release date. I never got anything after that. Nobody was really talking about it after it. I'm like, okay, well, I just want to know like what happened like later, like come back to it. And so I started it as a way to say, hey, first of all, I still have this on my radar. I know you do too, because none of us, like you run out of something or you're getting close to it, you may want to buy something new. So yeah, I don't think we need to just keep moving in this direction where we're constantly new. That's why I started it, because you see people decluttering like they are. Emily, not you, but I'm just saying, you see people decluttering like they are.
I definitely buy things that I'm like, that was funny. Like I got this palette and the Suva Beauty Block Party palette. And unfortunately, I feel very mediocre about both of them. And I always want to love my indies. I want to be like, this is an indie brand. They're amazing. They're affordable, or they're whatever. They're priced appropriately. You should get it. And like, those were two palettes that I kept seeing throughout the community. And both of the color stories, I was like, I like them, but I don't love them. And now I know myself enough to know if I don't love it, I shouldn't buy it unless I'm truly like, I want to review this for my channel, which is a dumb reason to buy things.
Yeah. And the thing is, I realized that very early in the game. You know, I've been doing this since 2016, like hiding in like the bushes. I realized very early in the game, one, I'm not going to have the funds always to be able to buy the new release, even with all the things that they have, all the things I could take advantage of. I'm not always going to have the funds available to buy a new release. If it's near my rent time, like, fuck you, I'm not buying this shit. Like, I'm sorry, but my rent, like having a place to live and film is going to be important. So, you know, I didn't want to be in a position where I was acting like I had all this money and I don't. And then for me, the other thing is too, I'm a very careful buyer of makeup. Okay. Not because I don't want to have a huge collection, because if you could actually see what's happening here, which Emily has, there's a lot more going on here than you generally see. I actually have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of brushes. I have a lot of makeup, but I'm also very careful about pulling it in, because I realize, like, I don't want to just buy any old thing. I don't want to buy it because it's the tourist in me. I like to spend money, but it has to be good money. What did you say? Let's see.
Yeah.
And that is annoying, because, like, especially if they were somehow sponsored by or had like a coupon code, like, it's just, and again, I want people to get their money. Let me just specify this. I don't care if you are sponsored. I don't care if every fucking one of your videos is sponsored. They can all be sponsored as long as you're being honest about how you feel about it. But the moment that you're lying to me, we're going to have a problem. Like, that's how I feel. You can literally, because honestly, like, there's a lot of folks that I watch in film that do a lot of horror film reviews and stuff like that. And almost every one of their videos is sponsored. And it has to be because a lot of them talk about horror, and YouTube demonetizes horror movies, right? So they get a lot of sponsorships. They're still giving me the truth. I don't care. Because YouTube is a job. Make your money.
Yeah. I don't mind sponsorships. And like, my feeling on this, like, my feeling on anything where I'm like, it's mediocre, or I don't like it, or I hate it because of how, like, I feel like it was just a waste, and what it reminds me of is that it's like, when I feel these formulas, I'm like, at the time this was released, this was a nice palette, and for the price point, it was nice. Like, I always want to say, like, I don't think that people were lying in particular, unless I try something and I'm like, no, y'all were lying about this. I'm just like, it just doesn't really jive with me, and I should have, like, trusted my gut, and that's really what it comes down to. Yolanda, wait.
Yeah. Apparently we need to have a podcast, Emily, where we just sit and chat.
I mean, we could do, the reason why we've been doing rotating lives, Kara, C, and two of us, between the three of our channels on, we just started, like, technically last week, and yesterday was our second one, and then this has been, is this the third that we did? Yeah, the third, I think.
Yeah.
And the bonus of, like, doing it in this way, although doing an actual podcast I'd be fine with, because I hear it's very easy to get advertising and get money with podcasts, to say, but doing it on this way where we're switching between each channel, is that it could help you get monetized, I'm monetized, and kind of just keep building that way. But I hear you for sure.
I know. We should, wait, you have a Patreon, I have a Patreon.
Yeah.
Can't we do like a stream together? Can we do like a stream together and put it there?
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to pay attention to, because Keisha was saying I had to unsubscribe from someone today that was buying outrageously, and it was clearly not affordable for her. I felt like I was watching a train wreck.
Yeah.
Yes. So this brings me, this brings me to a very important plot point. Listen, we're not going to judge me. It's my birthday. Chuck E. Cheese for my birthday. Anyways, this actually becomes very important, because I'm going to tell you guys, like, and I've talked about this before, and I've spoken, with Emily about this, and I talked to Carrie, and we've talked about this. Here's the thing. One of the reasons, like, I fell into subscription boxes. I just happened to fall into that. Like, I opened a subscription box. I had a couple of videos go well from doing it, and I kind of kept doing it, even though it wasn't really my passion. I originally started as beauty. I had to get out because financially it was not good for me. To stay in the subscription box game you have to be on top of every new subscription. And unlike the beauty game, which I'm going to tell you, the beauty game, there's a million and one other things that you can do aside from new releases that's going to keep you still in people's like, hey, like we go there for this. But when it comes to subscription boxes, no. That's why BoxyCharm is one of the hardest videos to keep on your channel, because there's so many people with a BoxyCharm, and if they're getting theirs as PR, they're getting theirs before you. So it's very, very messy. Drink break.
Well, I wanted to say, so like, I know for me lately, and I've kind of sprinkled in mentioning it in these videos, just in the conversation part, I have made a decent number of purchases compared to where I was even a couple months back. But I understand where I'm at financially. And two, I'm also like, I don't really have a plan to be like, hey, here's my haul of all the shit I bought. Like, Audra had great advice of just like sprinkling it in, like using it in ways that make sense and talking about it in ways that make sense, but not like in the middle of Voldemort, as Karen Harris puts it, not being like, here's a haul of shit I bought, because y'all can do the math. You can add up how much I spent and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I feel the same way, but I also understand where I'm at financially right now. But seeing other people struggle and seeing that online, I agree. Keisha said she felt like it was enabling that person by staying subscribed. I totally understand that feeling.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing. I'm not going to buy outside of what I can afford. Oh, my plant is already getting ready for the fucking daylight. Anyways, I'm not going to buy what I can't afford, right? It doesn't make sense. I'm very careful about how I purchase things. And it's why, like, for instance, when we talk about super chats and all that kind of shit, because a large amount of us small YouTubers, we're not getting PR. I don't have PR coming into my door. Nobody is sending me free anything. So anything that I want to try, I'm paying for it. It's coming out of my pocket. I'm buying it. So anytime you guys are fucking awesome and have something to give, it's like that helps us out so much. We cry. Like you can ask, you can honestly ask Emily. We cry. We don't know what to do. We're like, oh my God, the generosity of people is like fucking insane. We're literally grateful because we can put that money back into our channel and we actually use that money to build content. But I'm also never going to get in this cycle of feeling like I got to buy the next new fancy thing because that's going to get views. And I get it. It is going to get views, but I'm going to be stuck with this product. And I'm going to be the one who's constantly going into debt. Like that's why I don't get a Sephora credit card, because I know I will be silly enough. I'm a Taurus and anyhow, but I'm going to be silly enough to start getting into this mindset where I'm like, I got to buy the next new thing. I got to buy the next new thing. I got to be there. And if you keep doing that, Emily knows if you keep doing that, you're going to have a collection full of shit you don't even want. Yeah. And that's why I made the whole Project Pan video and all, because I truly feel that is born out of people buying stuff to review and then finally looking and being like, I've got to use this stuff up because I don't want to feel wasteful. Then that's really where that wasteful feeling comes from. I don't feel wasteful throwing this away because I didn't buy this to review it. It actually did come in a beauty box, but I didn't buy it to review it. Even my foundations, I don't buy them to review them for you guys. I buy them because I'm curious. I love fucking foundation. I'm always trying to find a foundation for every season and every day. So I buy them because I'm curious. And if I get to review it, great. But I'm not going to buy a foundation I don't want to review.
Yeah.
Done. I'm not going to buy something I don't want. I'm not curious about. I'm not interested in. I was very curious about Marc Jacobs, a very high end, because I have had a high end foundation before. And one, I just saw pictures of it. I look like a dusty ass ghost. Bitch, why was I looking like the Crypt Keeper? Why? I was cleaning out my phone and I was like, ooh, girl, why were you looking like that? Oh my God, I was dusty. Anyways, it was that Armani, like, long wear, protect, some bullshit. I had that a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, I just don't think that we need to get in this mindset. And Whitney Hedrick has said it too, like, don't buy shit to review it. And I'm not going to. Like, I genuinely, like, one of the things that I like about Emily and about Kara is I genuinely feel like, and Britt too, And everybody, all the people that you saw in here that are like, these are my friends and I love them. These are people who I follow and I watch their content because I genuinely feel like they bought something that they wanted to buy.
Yeah.
They didn't buy something because of the fucking hype. That's even why I like Michelle Wong. It's not because of her luxury, well, although that's fabulous. I feel like these people are genuinely buying the things that they want to try. They're not buying stuff just because it'll look good on their channel. They're buying it because they want to. And that makes all the difference in their review to me. That's
absolutely. Yeah, it's totally about like even for me, sometimes like I do struggle with how much I buy versus like other things I put my money towards. And the reality is that even though I've only been doing this for like about a year now, I've been watching YouTube for many, many years. So I think I do have some of that influence. I've had that on my shopping habits for a few years now in terms of beauty and releases and things. But I feel like I kind of understand that, like, if I really want to know what something is like, I'm going to buy it. If I just am like tired of seeing on everyone else's channel, that's not going to make me curious enough to buy it. Like, I want to actually want it. And yes, everyone in the chat is going into detective mode. Oh.
There is some drama. There's some tea happening in this chat. I'm sorry. I just went and looked. I'm like, who did what now, huh? Sorry.
And I wanted to Kara's comment about I initially fell into the trap of trying to review stuff. As soon as it came out, it's impossible. And I live in Canada, so it takes forever to ship. And I hated the pressure. I agree. Like, I had some issues, and I talked about it in the video, like the timing of when I finally got the Menagerie pastel puff palette. And I was frustrated on some ways as a customer, but also as like, shit, I want to talk about this in a video. I want to do first impression. I want to like touch it and swatch it. And I can't watch anyone else. Like, I don't want to watch other people's videos because I don't want to get any kind of influence. And I also just like was watching all these other people upload, and I'm like, okay, I did buy that because I wanted it. But I also now realize I kind of bought it because I wanted to talk about it on YouTube. And I have to remember that when I'm buying something that, like, I'm just going to get it when I get it. And I can't freak out if something happens and it's later than, some other people's uploads. And that I'll live and life goes on.
And both things can be true. You can want to buy it, but also want to talk about it. Yes. There's nothing wrong with having both. But I'm going to tell you, because they were saying something about somebody promoting in their channel and their in somebody else's live stream or whatever. So I'm going to tell y'all, one of the funny things is I'd been subscribed to T for a little while, and I like watched and commented. I love her content. I like how, because it was honestly, because she's younger than me, it was nice to see. And this is the thing that I love seeing right now, because like between her and As Told by Kenya, I'm seeing like there's a younger generation seeing the same shit. Like watching Kenya right now talk all this shit, be like, why are these rich people asking us for money? I'm like, I've been saying that for fucking years before like YouTube existed. I was like, this bitch over here in the arms of the angels. I'm like, you have money. Fucking, you are the arms of the angels. But good night, Kara. Take care of the babies. Keisha, I can listen. Don't talk about it here. Don't talk about it here because don't talk about it here. I'll find a place for us to chat about it. Yeah. But what is very upsetting, like, so the thing was, I've been watching her. It took T saying something to me. She said it publicly in comments to me. I have a bone to pick with you. How come I didn't know that you make content? And I was like, because I'm not that bitch. Now, that's not how I said it, but that's how I was in my mind. I was like, because I'm not that bitch. Because I think that it's gross. You can self-promote. I understand people want to self-promote. I get it. I get wanting to get somewhere. But that's not how I am. I can't come onto someone's channel and enjoy their content and enjoy what they do and all this stuff and also be like, if you like this, come see me. Like, I can't do that. So there are a lot of people who have channels who are very low key about it. And I'm one of those people. And it's one of the reasons, like, for instance, I will show up in someone's chat and I don't expect people to say anything. And I'm like, cool beans. And I just do my thing and I hang out. If they say something, cool. If they don't say anything, cool. Like, you know what I mean? So I can go on about my business and not feel like, And I feel like there's a lot of people who sometimes they'll show up in a chat and they'll be upset and be like, Jen Loves didn't say hi to me. I'm like, there's a fucking 1,000 people. Like, what do you want her to do? You know, like what? She's reading this by herself. I don't know who's helping her. I think it's just John. I think it's just her husband, John. It's her and John. Do you see how much me and Emily are missing between two people? And there's 20 something people, 28 people. And the two of us are missing some stuff.
Exactly.
So it's just like, you can't, like, that's insane.
Diana's dying over there. Oh, I don't know who it is. I will do research after the fact, though. I'm that kind of person.
Yes, Kenya. I love Kenya and Amanda Beebe. Like because it's so weird. Like listen, I'm the person who on Twitter, if like you could ask Emily, if a tweet of mine suddenly starts like where people are liking a lot of it, I'm like, that's uncomfortable, and I just hide from it from that point on. I just act like it's not happening. Yeah. And I completely, like, I was ducking that. I've been ducking that. I'm not a person who, like, I'm like.
And then there was like Jen Loves kept mentioning you in live chats. I would see the shout out from T, but I also realized, oh, you're like, you've been in her Patreon and like other things that help in that.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I guess because of when I grew up and how I grew up and who I am, I don't feel like it is my place. And I always look at it this way. If I am sitting here on my channel and I'm talking about stuff and I want to promote you, then I'm going to promote you. I don't need you to promote yourself. Like, if I want to promote, like, let the person who owns the floor do the thing.
Yeah.
Like, if they don't want to do it, then then they don't do it, and you get the fuck past it and you move on and you just keep trying and you keep doing your thing. But don't be that asshole fucking constantly being like, and then my channel and then me, and you want to see me on my channel, you guys, I'm going to be live, you guys. Like, that's not cool, because like, that's not even your space. You know what I mean? Like, that's like going to somebody else's house and then telling everybody like, oh, there's a party after this party. Like, what the fuck kind of monster are you? like that's how I look at it. And it's LA culture, right? Because I lived in LA for a while. People did that in your face, like a regular occurrence back in the day, so that you knew your party wasn't popping, one. And two, you need to do something to get it popping, or they were going somewhere else. And I didn't like that. I was like, that's a shitty behavior to have. Like, fucking don't come then. Don't come to my party and then like expect it to be special so that you can make me feel like shit and be like, well, do you want to do it? Like, people legitimately did that to you. They're like, oh, we're going to go over to like fucking Avery's party because like he's got such and such. And you're like, fuck Avery.
I keep looking over because my cat is officially, I think he found a box that I didn't know he could find. That's why I'm like, why is there noise happening? Sorry.
No, I'm not. I'm glad it went down. Here's the thing. I'm very happy, but I'm happy that it went down on T's terms, not mine. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's her terms, her channel. And here's the thing. I've been a fan of her channel for a long time. So whether or not she shouted me out meant nothing. Like, it not meant nothing, but whether or not she shouted me out did not make a difference as to whether or not I wasn't going to watch her content. I like her content. I enjoy it so much. Patreon, like, that's where I am with that, because I like what she has to say, and it's similar to my thought belief system, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy her take on it, right? But I'm not going to go on her channel being like, hi, I have a channel. Do you think you can promote me? I'm a fucking weirdo. Hi. Like, I'm not going to be that person.
There's a reason why YouTube did not make the names in the chat clickable. There's a reason for that, especially in live chats, because it doesn't give anybody a benefit really to promote, in my opinion. Because if somebody's like, I have a channel, I'm not going to then go like try to. No, it's not going to happen. Also, Tracy was apologizing to you, Audra, but I want to just call out, I didn't feel like she was rude at all when she said, in one of your chats, she said, "Oh, I gotta go. T is going live now," and it was rude to both of you.
Oh, no. First of all, no. If these are my friends, say it, because I want to know, bitch. Listen, I want to know. You're reminding my ass that I need to go watch T. Listen, I forget. I jump on and I do things. You don't. I like to be I like to be there. I have such difficulty because so many people are going live at the same time that I have to like do these weird little dances. So it's like Fridays. So Kate the Great, I will do either Monday or Tuesday, and I alternate between her and Alicia, because T's live, if she goes live on Monday, is later than theirs typically because of the time difference.
Yeah.
So then I can watch both then. Then Wednesday, I kind of alternate in between them. Friday is now dedicated to Alicia, and that is because I want to stretch.
Those stretches are so good. I agree.
I have to be. It is not rude at all. If you were talking about people in this, like in our sphere that we all know, that, like if you were saying Teresa's dead is live, like let's go, let's all fucking go over there.
I would be in my life and be like, I want to go hang with Teresa. Like, bye guys.
Yeah, I want to be there. It's not rude. Yeah. You didn't do anything wrong. No. What I'm mostly talking about is someone coming in and saying like, "Oh, I'm going live on this date. You guys should." I'm like, shh. It's not. This isn't your party, and I didn't.
I just imagine that.
I know. I'm over here like snatching your lips, like. This is your party. This is my party, and that's how I feel about it. Like when, for instance, if I go live with Emily on her channel, it's not my promotion time. It's me pumping and saying like, "Do Emily, come up with Emily, all the things that Emily's got." I'm like, "Did you thumbs up the video? Did you do this? Have you followed her Patreon?" That is my goal, is to make sure that she's getting all her come up, because it's hard sometimes for people to talk about their own come up because we're a fucking weird society about money, because Emily has said that, and that's where I got it from. Yeah. But we're a weird society about money. So, you know,
we're so fucking weird about money. And it's just like to the detriment of everyone that doesn't have it. Oh, Teresa's okay. Her mail time video, I just have to like, so if you don't, because not everybody here follows me, whatever. I've had the pleasure to meet Teresa and become friends with her in real life. She's like dear to me, but just her most recent mail time video, because I've also like her and Alex together is just this like magic that for me like brings me so much joy. And they were just bullshitting for like the first 10 minutes, actually throughout the whole mail time, but like the first 5 minutes of the mail time was just pure joy. It was so lovely. So obviously, if you don't like foul mouths, you might not like Teresa.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're watching my channel, then obviously you're okay with foul mouths, because fuck is like every other word. Yeah, creators should never feel bizarre about having a Patreon either. I paid for NPR my entire life, and I think it's a great business model. Yeah, so here's the thing. One of the reasons I went ahead and created a Patreon is because, one, there's shit that I feel like I kind of have a very light, airy channel for the most part, and I don't want to get too heavy. So some of my patrons know I recently just did a video really talking about going to work and commuting to work. And I feel like it's a space where I can really hit like some of my heavier stuff and even some of my lighter stuff. Like, here's my fucking beauty space. Like, you know what I mean? But where it's stuff where it's personal, it's one-on-one, and it's time that I get to spend with people who, like, with just a small group of people. That's the thing. And I wanted to start it early, because not like I'm going to blow up, but in my mindset, I think about the Raw Beauty Christies. I think about the Robert Welshes. I think about these really, really big creators. And I think about, like, if you look at T right now, sorry, T. If you look at T right now, where she is the perfect spot for her to have a Patreon. And I bet you if she could have started it earlier, she would have, because it allows you this space to be very personal and have like just this little world that isn't your YouTube put on, right? And not like you're a different person. It's just you have to like set up all your shit. Everything has to be perfect. You have to be like, the lighting's great and this is great. My makeup's good. I'm not washed out. All of that has to go down. When I'm on my Patreon, I can just be like just chilling. Like, you know, I don't have to edit my video all to filth. I don't have to make like the funny, good stuff going on because people are watching YouTube. Like I can in the event that I'm thinking, oh, well, I might put this on my YouTube channel at some point. But if I'm like, I can just have fun and be me with little to no reservation. And in the earlier, like I started it early because I was like, you know what? I would be really bummed out if I got to like 5 or 6 or 7, 10,000 subscribers and I started it too late to where I lost some of my peeps who were there at the beginning. And they don't, because they're not getting that personal feel. Because like right now, yeah, can I respond to every comment? Also, I'm unemployed. So yes, I can. But like, but what else do I have to do?
Even at 1,000 subscribers, in my opinion, even once passing 1,000 subscribers, responding to every comment for me got overwhelming. And I'm like, it made me really like more, I guess, empathetic or sympathetic to bigger creators and seeing people that are like, no, nobody's responding to my comment. It's like, I can see both sides now a little bit. And I will say, Audra talking about T's Patreon has made me, and Audra, your Patreon has made me want to like, not totally change my Patreon, but just kind of rethink it and kind of tweak it. I've just been procrastinating on doing that. But just the way you talk about it, about like just being more behind the scenes. Cause I was like, I'm a small channel. Like who wants to see more than what I'm already sharing to the world? But I realize now you're building to what happens when it's a bigger channel. And that's the goal.
It's so relaxed. That's the thing is I didn't feel like I had to like have a whole ass person. I just felt like I could be who I am. Yeah. And this is who I am, obviously, but I don't have to edit it. And I don't have to be like, oh, fucking fix this and do this and make sure I look like this. And oh, let me retake this. I didn't feel like when I was filming for my Patreon, I did not feel like I had to keep like, oh, I fucked this up. Let me start over. Okay. Whereas with the YouTube video, I'm like, I fucked this up. Let me start this over and let me figure out how to say this right. And then I have to kind of keep going through it. And you have like, there are literally times where we have 2 hours of footage for one 20-minute video that you guys, it is a 20-minute video. And it was 2 hours of footage. I mean, granted, is an hour of it us just walking around getting snacks? Yes. But that's neither here nor there. But
looking down, putting more eyeshadow on my brush, and then looking up to actually be on camera to put it on my face. That's me.
Yeah, me doing research, being like, what did I say? Like, where did I fucking find that? I don't know. And then me like looking over and then me passing gas. Like this is like that's our real life. Like we listen, YouTubers are constantly like, and then we're like, ugh. And they're like, okay, oh my God, it stinks. These are our real life things. And it's just nice to be able to like hang out. And the thing is, I don't have to worry about trolls on Patreon. Like there's not going to be a troll. Who's going to be dumb? Like if you were like, you are next level troll ass. If you were going to pay for a month of my Patreon to tell me you hate me. I don't know what's wrong with you. Like
honestly, thank you for the money. Bye.
I know.
And earlier, Christine mentioned feeling like bummed that she couldn't support everyone on Patreon. And I wanted to second what Bethany said. Don't feel bad. And Bethany was saying she dips in and out whenever she can and can't afford it. Exactly. If you can afford to be a Patreon with any of us, with Audra, with me, with T, with God, who else? I mean, there's so many people. I'm a Half Cousins patron because they've like been a huge part of my growth as like a human being and as somebody that's making content or whatever. I don't know the verbiage always makes me feel weird. But yeah, like if you feel like you can support one person, go for it.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing. I feel like there's a lot of talk on how much money you can make on YouTube. But what's not talked about is like how many of us are very small creators and aren't making any money. And so like, and I'm not mad. This is a labor of love. This is the thing. This is a labor of love. I'm not mad about it. So I don't want anybody to take it as like, she's a mad ass bitch. She's ungrateful. No, but we have to realize is not only do I not make money, I don't get any PR. So there's nothing free in all this shit. So when you look around, like I have 3 softbox lights that I bought with my own money. And then I have like my little camera. I have a mic. I have all kinds of fucking storage for all this makeup, the makeup I buy, the things I get to review. So like all of this comes out of our pocket. And I think that we're weird about, like, me and Emily have talked about this quite a bit. I'm sorry, Emily, I'm going to put you on the spot.
No,
but we're so weird about money because the corporations, like, they do this shit to us. They trick us into believing that we shouldn't talk about money. Because if we did, then you know the guy right fucking next to you doing the same job as you is somehow earning more or less.
And getting paid more money.
Yeah, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. And so like people try to be transparent, but they're like, well, you can earn a lot of money too. But nobody really talks about like the small YouTubers in the trenches who don't make money. And it's funny because it's the reason that people trust us, but it's also the reason where we're like, but if somebody sponsored me and I like the sponsorship, I'm taking it and don't want you to be shitty about it.
Yeah, pretty much. And even talking about like I feel like we talked about this on live some. I feel like we have saying like about like, oh, I would never be sponsored, or I don't normally take sponsorships, but I mean we talked about this earlier tonight. It's like, take the sponsorship. Like,
yeah,
do it in a fair way, do it in a ethical way. Take the money. There are ways to do it without being without being a liar and just a like used car salesman. And with money and like all this, I think the fact that YouTube is so lacks any clarity in how they pay people, how they do ads. There's no way to really like predict what you make. Kind of builds into this like, well, I guess we can't talk about it. It's just like, okay, maybe you can't totally tell all of your details, but you can like share what you're making on Patreon. You can share your generally average, AdSense or whatever. Like, you can share that information so it's out there so people understand like, okay, maybe I'm making $100 a month if it's a good Patreon month and an okay AdSense month, like on average, but that's not even coming in at the same time.
Well, yeah. And it's very interesting because I feel like everybody's kind of trying to demand, and here's the fun fact is nobody was trying to figure this out until Marlene Estelle like spilled the $60,000 beans. You know what I mean? Like until she spilled those beans, nobody was really talking about it. And then the beans got spilled and we don't know who, like we can make our speculations, but the reality of the situation very much became, oh, YouTube's where you make money. No, bitch, it's not. Like if you want fast money, first of all, you can't be dark skinned and try to make that fast money. Just saying. But the other thing about it is it's a lot of work. You cannot enter into YouTube thinking like I'm going to make fast money.
Yeah.
You have to like I do this because I love it. I do this because I'm an introvert and it's nice to have people to talk to about shit besides my dog, because he, while very intelligent and looks at me like he understands, doesn't care. So like I would like to talk to people who interacted with me, and I have no idea what he's saying when he does speak. I mean, sometimes I know what he's saying. Like when he nibbles on my cheek right here, I know he's got to poop, but that's neither here nor there. Like,
well, and you made a good point before this one that's on the screen, or it was on the screen. People are like, hey, buy this product and review it so I don't have to spend my money. It's literally a statement I've seen being said to multiple creators. Oh, good night, Chris. To multiple creators out there. Like, I know Teresa's gotten those comments. Lacey's gotten those comments. Smaller YouTubers that I follow have gotten them. Like, I see them in the chats and I see them being posted as like, can you believe this bitch kind of comments on social media. And it's like, okay, you can say, hey, I would love to hear your thoughts on this new release. But literally saying, I want you to buy this. Tell me if I should buy it. I'm not your conscious. I'm not your like personal reviewer or your Jiminy Cricket.
And that was why when Amanda Beebe she had that post like talking about cancel culture. And I basically was just saying like, cancel culture isn't the problem. It's the underlying gross issue that people have of building up our heroes so that we can tear them down. That's what I thought was gross. I didn't expect people to pay attention to it. I did that at like, I don't know, 1 something in the morning. I was lit as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty lit when I was like, blah, blah, blah. I don't know how I made all those sentences make sense. I'm prolific when I'm drunk. But the point is, I woke up the next day to like, what the fucks, and I was like, what just happened here? At no point, like, and again, this kind of rolls back. At no point was I like, oh, if you like this, then subscribe to, like, I don't have time for that shit. Also, like, Amanda's younger, and I feel like this is her post. I'm not trying to take it over. But that brings us to this point where it's just like everybody kind of has this idea where they think that they have ownership as a subscriber, because and this is where I got it. Me and Emily, I sent her a message once. I said, do people not realize that James Charles's fans canceled him? Like, we didn't, because if you're not subscribed to him, you didn't cancel him. And that's something that somebody even said in that thread. Yeah. If you're not subscribed to him, you didn't cancel him. His fans canceled him. That's why I said that. And I've been saying this for a long time. When all this shit really started hitting the fan, I've been saying only the people that are subscribed to you can fuck you so hard. That's it. They had gotten mad. They looked at him and they were like, you got too big for your britches. And they got pissed off and they grabbed on the first thing that they could to let him know who got you here. And as soon as they let him know what's up, he is like gotten into line. And like no other celebrity really has to push to this level. Like, you can say it all the time. Like, you can say what you want about celebrities. They don't have to go to this level because they don't have a personal one-to-one conversation with people every fucking day. So they can eat a dick. Celebrities can go to the side. But if you're on YouTube, you are beholden in a lot of ways to the people that subscribe to your channel. And James Charles essentially got canceled by his own fans. And then when he like got contrite and was like, oh, I'm so sorry, then they all came the fuck back. They're like, okay, well, we just need you to know who's in charge. Like, that's literally what happened. Like, that's how I feel about it.
I think what Diana said is so true. The creator should help. So the creator should help you save money because they're telling you what you should or shouldn't buy. But they also can't get money to spend from sponsorships because it makes them shady. So it's like, am I going to buy a bunch of new releases off of like my AdSense? No, maybe it would cover one release a month, but not even that. So how exactly am I going to tell you that? And also like pay my bills and do my other work, because this is not, oh yeah. And that randos love to spend and count other people's money.
Oh yeah. The amount of times that I've had people like show up in a comment like, are you going to try this next? I'm like, I'm going to try whatever the fuck I want next. Like, not in a rude way. Like, I mean, it came across as rude because I'm a tourist and a matter of fact, but I'm just telling you, I'm going to try whatever the fuck I want next. Here's my reality. I know that you want me to try this $150 fucking foundation from Pat McGrath, but I don't have Pat McGrath money. Unless you're going to send me, like, if you are not going to give me a Pat McGrath fucking gift card for the foundation so that I can buy it, I'm going to need you to get out of my face, because I can't just buy that on a whim. I cannot. Like, I have other things. I have a car to pay for. I have a dog who needs food and toys. I have food I need to put in my belly. I have electricity I have to pay for. Like, I have an internet that I, like, no, you are not going to tell me that $100, oh my God, that's so expensive. I don't have that kind of money. Who do I think I am? And this is why I think it's so important for smaller YouTubers to talk about money, because people need to not, like, you need to realize I'm not fucking Tati, okay? Yeah. I don't have a goddamn beauty room.
I'm not even like, I'm not even like, I'm not Hannah Smoky Glow, like, not even like, I'm none of those people.
Yeah, this is my motherfucking hallway, okay? This is my hallway, essentially. Right there is my living room. My bedroom's right there. My bathroom's right there. This is a closet over here to like house whatever the fuck I put in it. And on this side of it is the kitchen. Like, this is an island. I'm in an island. No, I'm not in that fucking league where I'm
like messy kitchen shelving and little kitchen back there. Like, my yellow lighting that I swear I put white light bulbs in, but continues to look yellow on this shit. Also, I love Yolanda's comment. I canceled everyone in 2018. Then I was like, I don't have nice things, so I uncanceled.
Oh my God. Thank you. Britt hit it. Boom. Don't tell me what I need to do. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, thank you. No, don't stop telling creators unless they ask you. Do not. And I'm not saying this to be a bitch. I'm not saying this to be rude. I'm saying unless a creator unless Britt or T or Emily or Alicia says, do you think I should do this or this next? Then shut the fuck up, because they're going to get you what they can when they can. And again, I'm not trying to be mean, because I remember what it was like to be someone who just watched YouTube before I was a creator, just someone who watched YouTube. And they're like, oh, do this. It'd be great if you did this. And then I started being like as I became a creator, I was like, oh. And you start realizing like nobody's sending you shit. Like, because the way that it looks like everybody's getting PR. Everyone's making money from YouTube. And that's not at all what's happening. And when you realize that as a creator, then you start going like, I'm not going to push. Like, even the creators that I know and I'm friendly with in this chat, I'm not going to tell them. I'm never going to say like, do this or do that. Like, even if they ask, I'm like, we talk personally. So if they ask me personally, I'd be like, I think that. But I'm not going to put it in their chat.
Yeah, exactly. There are times when like Teresa and I will have a conversation, or like kind of like how we talk about the Marco Polo that like Kara, you and I have like a little group text with Teresa and Lacey. And there are times when I'm like, hey, like, and I say this to them, I'm like, hey bitches, please tell me if I should buy this or not. Because I know you're gonna buy it because you already told me you bought it. So just tell me. You don't have to do a full review. Like, you can just text me. But I'm like, but I would never go on their Instagram or their YouTube and be like, please tell me your thoughts on this thing. In private only. And that's when they can easily say, hey, shut up.
Yeah, I mean, I legitimately, I don't have time. And she's like saying that, and I'm over here with Roger Rabbit. Get out of here. Give me some money too. You remember that, Jessica Rabbit? Why don't you do right? And she's like extra sexy. But yeah, I mean, again, I swear, me and Emily are probably going to talk about this for an eternity, because I want people to understand that there is a difference between big channels, like get tons of PR, and they're getting paid out the ass for AdSense, and then they have their own brand, and they have this and they have that. It's easy to ask them. They can easily go out, they can easily go out and be like, oh yeah, I'll buy this foundation because you guys want it. I'll go buy this because you want it. Yeah. But me and Britt and Emily and T and Elisa, we can't necessarily always do that for you guys, because we don't have, not only do we not, like, even if we have the money, we don't necessarily have the clout to get it first. Like, we don't have the PR levels to be like.
That's the thing. You said, oh, well, I'll go. You want to get this? I'll go out and buy it. They don't even have to do that. They just get it delivered to their house or to their PO box as PR. And also, yes, Roger Rabbit's amazing. We all need to go watch Roger Rabbit again. I love that.
Thank you. Because
that's weird, twisted anime.
I was very disappointed in that Jessica Rabbit collaboration, by the way. It was hot garbage.
Very disappointed by that.
It was very disappointing because, first of all, Jessica Rabbit wasn't bad. She was just drawn.
I was so disappointed with that collab. I was like, come on, somebody come through with some beautiful packaging and great products.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of, I love being a creator. I love doing this. You guys don't, like, this is what I had to start changing my intro to, like, tell you guys I have fucking chaotic energy. If you're a fan of that, then join, because you never know what you're going to get. It could be commentary about how, like, the corporations are fucking sitting over there right now, like Mr. Burns. Yes, because this is what they wanted. This is what they wanted. And they got it. Like, they got it. Or I can just be sitting there talking about a horror film, but I'm not going to put myself in like a specific box of what I'm going to do just because that would make me more money on YouTube. It sounds great. And for shits and giggles, I did see like, because Hannah just did a video about like doing magic links. I'm not special. But it's okay. Like I wouldn't, like I do these things just to check shit out and see how they work, right?
Yeah.
But I like finding out that I'm just not, like I'm not in your realm. And that makes me feel like I'm doing things the way I want to do them. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure I had tried to get magic links before and I didn't qualify. So I watched her video and I found it really interesting, but I did think that like the concept that anyone could get them was not quite accurate.
Correct. It was not accurate because the magic links, anyone cannot get it. You can have the subscriber count and anybody can go in and do it, but yes, it was.
Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I'm really getting tired of them using the dead and doing these shit ass like, can you like, if someone's dead, can you please like make a fire ass collection?
Seriously.
Like if I was dead and I had to look down on what the fuck you did with my makeup collection,
I would come down and haunt the shit out of you if that's what you
Every single person who had that bitch too, every one of you, you bought my collection and it was hot garbage. I don't care that you love me. I'm gonna get you be like, how dare you not protest this shit? You know I don't look like this. Like
that's really fucked up in the chat. So I guess Diana was talking about sometimes the big YouTubers get the PR first and then don't even review it because they were so busy doing other stuff. And then T had said that some of them won't review something unless they get PR and protest getting PR. And it's like, so you're basically just wasting everything because I see people, they'll do a PR haul, but they will never actually talk about a product. And you see people like other people doing reviews. So the desire is out there, but they never actually review anything. It's all like first impression, full face, or just a haul.
Well, yeah, and you saw that like back in the day with the Manny MUA shit. Like I don't know how to feel about him now. I don't know about his products, but I know everybody else likes them. Like not everybody, but so I'm like
quality from what I've tried.
So you saw what happened to him when like because he was always saying that. And it was fine until all the shit blew up, right? It was fine for him to be like, well, I'm not on the PR list. And then he's like, but then when all the shit blew up, it was like, look at him wanting to be on a PR list. But here's the thing, like there's a plus and minus. Like I get it, you won't review it because you're not getting in PR, which does affect your financial health. But I also don't get it because I'm like, well, if you don't want to try it, then don't try it. Like, don't say like, well, I didn't get in PR, so I don't want to use it. Because I'm going to tell you straight out that there's shit I don't want to try. There's foundations I don't want to try. There's just ones where I'm like, I don't want to fuck with it. I'm okay. I'm going to live my whole life without that foundation. Like, there's just things like anything KKW, anything Kardashian related, I'm not trying it. It's not going to happen. You are not going to see me put those fake bitches ass shit on my face, on my body. No, you will never, ever in your life, unless those hoes are paying me and my rent is paid and I don't have a car payment, baby girl, you best believe I will never. Sorry.
I love this audio, by the way. I love that whole monologue, and I would agree. I feel that way. I feel that way about Jacqueline and Jefferson Starship, as Amanda Beebe always has the best name.
Thank you. Yes, Jefferson Starship. No, especially when I was extra shit.
No. And what Bethany said, you mean you don't want to watch Tati check herself out while her husband opens literally thousands of dollars of PR? The shit of nightmares. That's what that sounds like. That's the stuff of my nightmares.
You know what? Here's the thing. I kind of get mad at her for bringing me Scott Barnes. We're not going to talk about it. Moving on. Brett, it's these beers. I had stouts as usual, but like I had two different ones, and so the Kardashians. I cannot. I can't listen. As a person of color, I cannot give money to women who are making money off of the back of being Black adjacent. And I'm sorry, it's not going to fucking happen. I'm not going to do it under any circumstances. I don't care if their products make my whole face just slide up. I don't care if their product make my tits move up to my fucking neck. I'm not buying it.
And I would agree with what Britt and T said about you could not pay me enough to touch a Jacqueline product and review it.
No. You could not. Like, no. And I know, like, and that's the thing. I know Britt well enough to know, absolutely not. She wouldn't. She would just look at me like, Jacqueline, but I got like 200 grand. And Jacqueline would be like, yeah, but is my skin going to be intact at the end, bitch? Like, so it's going to be like putting hot fire in my taco? Because I don't want to put any hot sauce in my taco, ma'am.
No, that sounds unpleasant. And
it is. Everybody's been through it at least once by accident.
I have a question. Did I miss it? Did you actually talk about your 5th product?
I don't think I did. Did you?
I did, yes. This was my 5th.
Then quickly, this motherfucking Pixi Skin Treats Glow Mist. I hate it. It's oily as fuck. You can see the oil at the top. Do you see this shit? So it's just oil making you look shiny. And it doesn't look good. You look greasy instead of like glowy. That's what I don't like about it, is you end up looking greasy instead of glowy. I tried it before the makeup. I tried it after the makeup. I just don't like it. And you know what's funny is Britt actually did do a video about this. And she was talking about how she's not attracted. She was like, maybe it's the green color. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know, but it's just not good. It's only, and here's the thing. Don't be hitting me with this since 1999 bullshit. Like, that's not that long ago. Like, they're acting like they've been around since makeup was invented. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't care. Like, it just doesn't make a difference for me. I talked shit about an old brand that used to maybe kind of be good. I don't give a fuck if you're an old brand. Like, and 1999 is not old either, so.
But they, like, put it on there with pride since 1999. I'm like, bitch, 1909 would be helpful, but 1999, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Get out of here.
Yeah, I don't understand the whole Pixi hype. Throw the whole brand away. Pixi is trash.
I do not like Pixi. I have not liked any of their eyeshadows. I tried to. I pretended that I did. It's garbage. Sorry. Oh shit, we got some shit happening.
Oh yeah.
And no makeup. Because what you won't do is Karen, a Black woman, and think you're getting my coin. Thank you. Appreciate you, girl.
I think things technically did get resolved because I saw TS in the chat. Like,
oh, they might have been resolved, but the reputation ain't fixed.
Yeah.
Y'all are coming for me.
Bethany, I got 19 in my birth year too. A vintage y'all collector's edition. Same.
Oh my gosh, y'all are just cracking me up. Like, I don't mean to be so fiery, but like sometimes I get mad. Like, I think it's because I try to keep things like very chill on my channel, and then like when I'm live, I'm just like, fuck it. Like, but because there's just things where I got very angry about, where I'm not going to fuck with it. And the Kardashians are people I'm not going to fuck with. And their brands I'm not going to fuck with. Like I said, you won't see me putting Benefit shit on my face. Nothing. Benefit, like they could make the blackest of black, the darkest of dark shade. I ain't fucking with it now. You've been too late. Everybody else came to the game. They played, and y'all tried to show up at the end? No, fuck you. No, you only came when you realized you needed black money. When you didn't need black money, you didn't give a fuck. So I'm not trying to fuck with them either. That is me. I'm going to get another beer, and we're going to leave soon because I'm about to get my ass in trouble.
Also, Yolanda's comment about 10 hat theories, I'm with you on that.
Wait. I'm looking for it. There we go. What? What's happening with tin hats and theories? I need to know.
I was gonna say I'm a fan of makeup conspiracies, and I know Audra's a fan of conspiracies. So,
I have so many. It's not good how many conspiracy theories I actually have.
Yes, and Bethany, we got to get our quarantine angst out somewhere. Get on these lives, Audra. That's what they're there for. Yeah, I was like, we all want to hear theories.
Oh shit. I have so many random, oh my God. Like, for instance, I've told, wait, hold on. Okay. So here is my theory about why YouTube monetization has gotten more and more harsh and more difficult. It's not just because they're trying to be a network television channel. Everybody get a shot together. It is because
I'm literally like, time to pour more.
I know, I'm like, everybody get a shot together. It is because I did not come back with tinfoil because I don't have any. Let's move past that. It's actually because more and more people are getting out of the corporation rat race using social media. Okay, I know you're like, y'all, everybody can't be making money. Not immediately, but people are getting more enterprising. And things like Patreon make it a little bit easier for people to start making a livable wage. And if you're making a livable wage,
which is also very popular lately.
Thank you. TikTok, all that good stuff. So if you are making a livable wage where you do not have to work for these corporate fucksticks, be in their office and have them micromanage the death out of you, what the fuck is going to happen to this corporate country if everybody stops? Because imagine, look at what's happening to the generations below us, right? Because I'm 40. I'm looking at these young kids who are already fucking millionaires, and there's more than one of them. This used to be a phenomenon, right? When you had a millionaire kid, it was like once in a fucking blue moon. There's a lot of them now. So it's not just like there's one 15-year-old who's making a bank on social media. There's bunches. Then there's also the people who, gotta look around. We used to look down on delivery people, right? Right. Okay. But do you know that there are people who are making full badass careers doing like Uber Eats and Grubhub delivery full time, and they only work like 3 or 4 days a week, and they make $1,000 to $1,200 a fucking week doing it because they figured out the schedule. So now they can work on their own time. Bitch, don't fuck with me. That is why they're doing it, because if they don't have any cogs in the machine, who's gonna run the machine? Not us. Cheers.
Cheers.
Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Ugh, sorry.
Such a fucking good song. Okay.
I mean, they don't. Like, that's what I said. I was going to make I might make a whole ass video about how corporations are very, very excited right now because once again, they think they have us in a death grip, that they're going to have us being like, so thankful I have a job again. That's what they're looking for all of us to be like, I'm so thankful I have a job, so they can like make us work even harder for even less money and make us feel grateful. And we're supposed to be like, and I'm like, no, fuck you. I'd rather not. Like, no.
I'd rather do anything but that.
I'm a rage person. I like rage. I like Lamb of God. Redneck is a very good song. I know that not everybody can hear and understand what Randy Blythe is saying, but it's a very anti-WWE song.
Just a quick mumble in of something important. You're like, that's fine. Oh, wait.
What? Wait.
Yeah. So the conspiracy that Yolanda had, that she said earlier, was she felt like it seemed sketchy that Tina. Okay, so Tina let it be known way before that she didn't fuck with Marlena, and then right before the release they have beef again. The timing, nah, son. But I think what T was saying is in response to that. I think they were, so I kept up with that, and basically from my take on it, from everything I absorbed, was that with the rebrand, her video, Tina's video was getting hit again in searches. Like when they would go on YouTube and search Make a Peek, hers would be one of the first videos that came up. And so I think the strike was basically Marlena saying, like, I don't want that to be the first search when you search my name. Now,
then you should make a video after it, dumb bitch. Like, I'm sorry, that was rude.
Yeah. I apologize. No, and everything else, like, that's my take on it. I don't see that level of sketchy or of conspiracy, but like, I also understand if you do. I just saw enough of the back and forth that I was like, I don't know, she Karen'd that pretty hard, Marlena did. So I don't really know if I would think that like Tina was in it for the, like, that she was playing along with it and in it for the drama.
I don't think so either. And Jen's over here, and I was like, Mr. Withers! Like, yeah, and Allie, for real, we are headed into a recession with states potentially going bankrupt. Because T talked about this too, and I'm not sure if T, because here's the thing, I was about 26 the last time this shit went down. I remember exactly what the fuck they did to us. I remember exactly them pushing and making me feel like I had to feel grateful for surviving, all of their layoffs at the company. Like, you have a job, and I had to feel grateful for that. The thing is, since that time frame, and this is why I honestly feel blessed right now, because do I have a job? No. Am I looking for a job? Yes. Do I have to get my shit together and like apply for a job? I have been applying. I've been doing all of these things. But I feel like I have been blessed because I have never stopped pushing for I don't know how long. I have been pushing and pushing and pushing and trying to get here and trying to get here and trying to get here. And it's all on everybody else's time, all on everybody else's schedule, all on everybody else's money. And I did not realize until this happened how wound up, how destroyed, how stressed, just how awful my entire body and being had been doing. I didn't know. And it's like, now I don't even know how to explain it to you, but I have a calm about me I haven't had in years. Like, I can legitimately not take my blood pressure medication and be okay. And I feel like a large amount of my blood pressure problems have come from just all of the stress of being an American worker. And so with that comes a lot of, yes, we did not align value-wise. Not value-wise, we just didn't align. I had a lot of anxiety. And unfortunately, because I was working as an essential worker, it just became too stressful for me. I couldn't focus. I couldn't keep everything together. I couldn't do regular Audra, badass shit. I started to get stressed. By the time everything started getting crazy, they had mandated that you had to wear masks in Dallas County. And I was not prepared to have to do that. And my stress levels went even further up. So as someone who has social anxiety as a general, every day was getting more and more stressful for me. And I love the people that I worked with. They were great people. They were fantastic. I love them for the opportunity, but I don't think it was a good time for me to be working. I really should have just taken the time from like my previous job and just chilled the fuck out because my anxiety was still too high by the time I started working there. And I had over a year's worth of high anxiety built at my last job. So I really needed to come down. And I don't know, I've never been so relaxed and peaceful and calm in my life. I don't know what's happening with that.
I wanted to say that I agree with what Keisha says. He is the quintessential poised and pissed that the world needs. Righteous indignation is my love language. That is the line. That is perfection.
Because I get too angry. I honestly get too fucking angry Black women. Like, I was reading an article today where because like I keep trying to like be a person who wants to have love, right? But I can't do it because I am a dark-skinned Black woman. And I know people look at me and they're like, you're not that dark. I'm dark-skinned. By all measures of skin color, I am a dark-skinned Black woman. And as a dark-skinned Black woman, I am either a fetish or unwanted. So it becomes so difficult to try to date because like you try to get out there and be like, I'm going to try to find love. And if you date outside of your race and even within your race, you are a fetish. Like, I'm dating a dark-skinned girl. And you're like, I'm going to stab you when you're asleep, motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to stab you. I'm not. Am I? Anyways.
Also, having known you for a short period of time, but through a lot of this transition, and I feel like we started talking, it's not in person, video chatting through Marco Polo, like pretty soon into everything hitting with, we'll just say quarantine. And seeing how you were feeling on a daily basis during all of that. And like, as somebody who deals with anxiety and depression myself, I could sense it even when you weren't like talking about it. For me, I could at least. And then seeing you since losing that job, which should be and is a hard and devastating moment, but seeing you, like, your personality and even your body language just like change and flourish, I was like, yeah, this is exactly what you need. And how like for your 40th birthday, it's not how you wanted it to be, but like you seem like you're in the best spirits that I've seen you in like day-to-day life since knowing you in a short time. So it's exciting.
Well, and listen, India, because I am not that coveted light-skinned color, like I'm considered dark. Like that, and that's the thing. Anything past a certain level, we don't make it. But I will tell you this, because I have slightly exotic features. I will get like, and this is one of the reasons why I've always jived with T, is because she definitely brought up something that I have been growing up with my whole life, which is dipshits who try to tell you shit like, you sure you all Black? I'm like, motherfucker, yes, I am. Why would you ask me that? What kind of, like, do you think you're complimenting me? Do you think you are complimenting me by telling me like, I think you might be? I'm like, first of all, it's kind of rude because I can't trace my family heritage. Like I can't. There's not a way for me to really trace my family heritage. As far back as we've gotten is like Dutch. Do I look Dutch? So like that's as far like, that's where my family got brought. Like I don't know, but that's as far back as we got. So it's very like when I am dating, and this is why I love the gingers. If you want to know why, gingers understand what it's like for people to treat you a weird way. And so we kind of like have a relationship. Like we're like, we know. They're like, yeah, people think like I'm pink. And I'm like, I know. People think that I'm not pink. But teens, I don't really mess with peanut butter because it's weird. There's something about the consistency that affects me. I'm a texture person. But yeah, I think that at the end of the day, I go through all of this stuff and then I just decide I'm not going to date. Like I'm not a person who doesn't believe in love. I don't believe in marriage. I've said that multiple times. I don't believe in marriage. I believe in love. But I'm also not going to fuck around with somebody who views me as like some kind of fetish, or they're fetishizing me. Like, no, honey, you're not. My ex-husband used to use me all the time for like racial arguments. And I like really was very uncomfortable with that. He would be upset about like people, because it's Texas. So there are people who would battle for the Confederate flag because they're ignorant, but like they would. And then instead of him just coming with his argument, he would always have to say, well, my wife is black. And I was like, could you argue your point without me?
Could you not ever do that?
Can you have an argument that doesn't include the fact that I'm black? And it just be like your thing? He was a white guy, obviously, because like my last name is it's a German last name now.
Okay, that's fucked up. Keisha said, I had a TSA agent look at my hair at the airport and ask me was I mixed. I wanted to choke him.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said that. There is a whole spectrum in between. Like, we're so many colors. And it's like, I'm like just that. And I hate that I'm just like this right little mix because, okay, when I was in California, I had a whole crew of Nigerians roll the fuck up on me. I don't know what they were saying, but they thought I was Nigerian. I think it's the cheekbones that did it. And I was just like, and they're like, oh, you're not Nigerian. And I was like, no, I am not. I'm so sorry. And they're like, no, it's okay. And I was like, okay. But they're not the only crew of Nigerians I've had come up with me and think that I was Nigerian, which, I mean, I very well could be. I don't know, because I'm black and we can't really trace a large majority of our roots. So it's just like my high ass cheekbones is what has a lot of Nigerians coming up to me and talking to me. And it's beautiful, but it's also like, it also sometimes made me cry and makes me sad because I don't know what they're saying to me. And if I am, I never got that heritage, and it's like very upsetting because they just like run up and they're like, and they're very excited to see me, and I don't know what to say. Oh my God, I'm starting to cry. Oh, but I don't know what to say because like they're very excited, and I don't know what to say to them because I don't speak the language. I don't know what language they're speaking, and I'm just like, oh my God, I don't know. And then I just feel like so blasé and so boring. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just black. I'm just an American. Like,
that's not your, you don't know, like, you don't have the ability to just like know, like, oh well, I'm this and this. Like, that's just, and yes, this. Can I be your prop to win your racial argument? Thanks.
Yeah. It became like annoying because he was a Facebook warrior. I would get on Facebook, getting all these fucking arguments, and I was like, okay, but can you do that like and not mention me? Because like I'm cool. Like, because my thing is, listen, your friends that like the Confederate flag. Now I know not to hang out with that. It's fine. Like I know like who not to hang out with. It's making my life easier. You're on a crusade for someone who didn't want a fucking crusade, bitch. Like I just wanted to relax and have fun. You wanted to be right. And I'm just like.
And that's what it always comes down to. People don't argue like that. You just want to be right. Here's the thing. You're not always going to be right. And even if you are right, a lot of people are not going to take your correct opinion as truth.
No, India, your cheekbones, girl. That's why. Have you like look at like pictures of Nigerians for real though? For real, look at them. They have this like very high because like look at where. So I went to in late 2016, I think it was. I went to a makeup workshop and learned how to do foundation. Really, is what I learned how to do, and like for film. And when the instructor was coming around, he was talking about like highlighting and all that. And I don't know why it took me so long to like fucking get back to what the fuck I learned. But he was just kind of talking about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, contour," and I was like, there's nowhere to contour because my mom was my model and she has cheekbones like mine. So I'm like, where the fuck do I contour? Because like her cheekbones start the fuck up here. What am I contouring? Like that's how, because like look at my face. What? That's why when everybody asks me about contouring, like my cheekbones start like right by my fucking eye.
You are the last
what am I contouring?
Contouring.
Yeah, and like then I have my mom as a model, and I'm like.
Also, I am dying at the "I am from Queens" in all caps comment from T. She said, "I get told you look insert African countries ethnicity all the time, even by white people. It's tedious."
I know. Listen. If you are white in these comments, I'm going to tell you something very, very important. Please, for the love of all that is holy, don't ask a Black person what they're mixed with. Just don't. A lot of us are just Black. And when we are just Black and you're insinuating that we must have something else in us to look so beautiful, it's insulting. It's fucking insulting. It really is. Like, oh my God, you must be mixed. I'm like, no, I'm just Black. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, what do you mean am I sure? Like,
I think all white people need to remember, just like what you were saying earlier, most Black, especially Americans, can't trace their heritage.
Thank you.
The way that a lot of us white people can. So stop asking the dumbass questions, because basically you're just constantly reminding people of, oh, your past. Your past includes a terrible, horrible thing that nobody wants to think about, especially not white people. And they just like glaze over it. And it's like, how about you just, talk to them about who they are as a person, not what they're mixed with.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's weird. It's a weird thing because, listen, growing up, I'm not going to lie, because it literally took me working in warehousing and in logistics to confront all of my own internalized racism, to accept and be happy about my Blackness. Do you understand? Like, I had a long-standing hurt with other Black people because of how I was treated coming like back from overseas. And then it just stayed. Like, I never gave other Black people a chance because I was like, no, they're going to fucking be shitty to me. It took me like working in a warehouse environment, and then that changed my whole fucking life. Like, I have people who, honestly, some of these folks would do some do some dirty to help me out. And I love them for it. I have people who I Yams. I'm not gonna like Shanitra. Her name's Shanitra, but we call her Yams because of her yams, man. She has yams. And then I'm ironically called Fatback because there ain't no fat back there. Do you see what I'm saying? Fatback. So like, but if it wasn't for that, I would not be in a state to where I could find Black men as attractive and desirable, right? Because I was basically put in a position to where I felt like they weren't desirable. They weren't attractive. They're dangerous. They're scary. And, if you were going to date a Black man, they need to be light-skinned. And, other Black women wander around telling you to get a white man, like, they're on sale. Like, I don't even know what that means. Like, as you get older, you're like, why are you telling me to go get a white man? Like, is there a store of white men? Like, I'm confused. That's how I started to feel. Like, is there like a store where I'm like, I would like that one. Like, and I thought that was weird. And so like the older I got, the more I just started to feel, and even like my ex-husband, there were things he couldn't control about things that I started to realize. There were things that I looked around at and said, like, you know what? Hold up. We got a lot of whiteness in this house, but not a lot of Blackness. And then whenever I try to put up Blackness, you're like, that's really Black. And I'm like, I know, because I'm fucking Black. It's weird. But it's just going through all of that put me into a space now where like I am very happy with who I am as a Black woman. And I don't feel like I have to change that for anybody. I don't feel like I have to make my skin lighter. I don't feel like I have to talk differently. I don't feel like I have to speak in a specific way. I am Black the way that I am, and I am comfortable with it. And that's been a long time coming. That was a soapbox. So sorry, everybody.
No, I love it. I wanted to respond to Courtney made a comment. You should flip that back on people. Like, I don't know. Are you just white? There's got to be more. Here's the thing, is the assholes that would ask those kinds of questions would then respond with, well, actually, I'm like 5% Spanish and 2% Lebanese and like 10% Irish because they've done some stupid 23andMe DNA test and use it as like not being white. Not that, I mean, Irish is very white, but like it literally, no, like those assholes would take it and turn it and put it about themselves. So don't even fucking entertain those.
No, because those people do. It's just, and what kills me is, and I don't want this to sound shitty, but it bothers me because it's like, you would literally grab like 1/10 of something to have some form of culture you don't have. It's like people sitting there being like, well, my ancestors are Viking. And I'm like, okay, well, from when? And they're like, well, I'm like, no, from when? Because they'll sit there and say this. I'm like, do you currently celebrate any of those things? They're like, what? I'm like, do you celebrate it? And they're like, well, I don't. I'm like, okay, well, I just want you to, if you're going to say you're this, and like quarter this, and I need to know you're celebrating it then. Like, is that part of your family? Because if it's not, I'm confused why you're telling me that you're part of that. Like, that's weird. Why would you tell me that, well, I'm a quarter Irish. I'm like, okay, well, do you celebrate this, or that? And they're like, no. I'm like, so then you're American white. And they're like, what? And I'm like, then you're American white. You don't have, it doesn't matter that those things exist. You don't celebrate it. Black people celebrate their slave culture all the time. Jumping the broom is part of it. Our very nature is celebrating it. And it's very upsetting that people just try to have culture that they don't have. And I'm like, then you're not it. Like, if your family currently doesn't celebrate the shit of your ancestors, then you're not it. I'm sorry. And that goes for anybody. I don't care what race you are. If your family doesn't celebrate currently, then that shit doesn't matter. Like, that's not your history because you're not keeping that. And that's fine. I'm not mad at you. I'm just telling you, just stop throwing that in. Because all Black people know we have whites somewhere in our families because everybody has a great grandma that has blue eyes. Somewhere. We all do. We know that. But we're not sitting there being like, I'm like 2/17 white. Like, I'm never that's never happening. I don't even know what 2/17 is a thing. I just said it.
I'm sure it is in some ridiculous space. Yeah, people that are just like, they're just like grasping for something, but they don't actually celebrate the cultures or have any connection mentally. It's just like, what?
Well, yeah, because they'll look at us like, as a Black person, they'll go, well, where are you from in Africa? I'm like, here's the thing. As a Black person, I'm going to tell you, we don't know. We don't know where we're from in Africa because we got snatched. Did our own people sell us? Yes. Don't fucking try to throw that shit on us like you're fucking special. Like, oh, your princess and your king sold you. Everybody sold everybody. White people were selling white people too. Get the fuck out of here. But what I'm going to tell you is we don't know. We don't know where we're from in Africa. We're doing the best that we can. There isn't a lineage for us to follow. So please stop looking at, oh, you're from Africa? Where? I had a white guy that I was like kind of hitting on, or he was hitting on me in the bar. He was from South Africa. Do you know this motherfucker looked at me and was like, I'm more African than you are? And I was like, and I finally was like, maybe you are. And I went on about my business. You know what he didn't get? Ass. So what I'm going to tell you right the fuck now is like, stop. We don't know. We are Black people. Black people do not have the luxury of knowing where we came from. We don't have that luxury. We can't have that luxury. When you are sold as cattle, you're not gonna know. And for people to just keep on this bullshit of trying to get us to like say like we're from Africa or we're from the motherland or where are we from in Africa? I'm like, well, then you tell me where you're from in fucking Scotland. Oh, wait, you can, right? Okay, then shut the fuck up. Like, I can't do that for you. I cannot tell you where in Africa I'm from because my people were split. Like, things were fucked. My great legions of family were raped, pillaged, and destroyed. And now I'm here. So like what point are you trying to make? You want to say the N-word? Okay, say it. I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. Good job. Like
please say it because I want to see that. Actually don't say
it. Like I don't understand. I just don't. I don't understand this need to like, why do you want to say it? Because you can't, because you like the only reason you could possibly have for wanting to say it is because you know it hurts us. Because you know it was exclusively for us, and that's why you want to say it. Because you want to take more and more of our culture. And I'm like, we can't have anything, can we? Okay, thank you. We're still gonna punch you in the mouth. Sorry, Em.
Like I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear anyone say that. I want to see you punch someone in the mouth for being a piece of shit, racist. Oh my God, Diana. Right on
Diana took it next level. She was like,
yeah.
See, and it's amazing. Like, it's so amazing how many people are like, we've been able to trace this.
Wow.
And this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Like, it's so difficult for us to even do this. And then once you get there, it's like, okay, well, where do we come from? What happened? This is actually why, like, the bullshit reparations, and I'm going to call it the bullshit reparations because, like, they were trying to add all these stipulations into it. It's the bullshit reparations because how the fuck were they going to give reparations for people who they couldn't trace their lineage? Like, that didn't make any sense. And that was me. I was like, when they were talking about that was in the 90s. I was in my early teens when they were doing that. I was like, so I have a question. Like, how are you going to fucking give money to people where you don't know who the fuck they came from? Like, weird. And I just went on about my business, drinking my Sprite and collecting my Sprite cans. But that's what I thought was weird. I was like, that's weird. I don't know how you're going to do that. I'm sorry I turned this into like racial shit. I didn't mean to, but like, I'm 40. I'm black. I'm black women.
I don't apologize, Audra. Good shit. Slash terrifyingly. I shouldn't be surprised, but sometimes I'm still surprised at how much pure trash is out in this country.
It really is. And like, here's the thing. So what a lot of people don't understand is where I live in Texas. The textbooks are heavily dependent upon what we do here, right? Because we have a large population, right? So what they tried to do, it didn't work out well. They tried it. They tried to make it sound like Black people just showed up here of their own accord. They're literally trying to rewrite slavery, you guys. They're trying to rewrite it. And they tried to act like Black people just showed up. And I'm like,
not quite how that worked.
And then the amount of like white people who will say like, well, this is how I always know somebody's racist. Because they'll be like, well, you know, Black people sold their own people. I'm like, oh, I see you. I know that. Okay. Like I know that's everybody sold their own people. White people sold other white people into slavery. But the fact that you mentioned it, I see you, boo. I see you. I'm like, oh, okay. You're right. They did. No dick for you. Like, nuh-uh. You ain't getting in this taco. Mm-mm. This is a horrible day. I ain't kissing you. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Thank you. Thank you, racist. Have a good night.
Well, yeah. If somebody says something like that, you're like, oh, you have clearly put yourself out on a platter for me to be able to see and go, No fucking thank you.
Yeah, I mean, like people just it's really weird to me that people think that it's perfectly okay to say the things that they say. And just because like T is significantly younger than I am. So to see that it's still happening fucking boggles my mind. To see that people are still saying shit like you're pretty for a black girl. I'm like, God damn it. This shit is still going on. This is still a fucking thing. I'm pretty generally. Like I'm
pretty
generally attractive.
Just no more needed.
Yeah, and that's what I'm like, I'm just pretty generally. Can you not just say, because essentially what you said to me was when you said, I'm pretty for a black girl, what you said to me was, if there was a white woman around, you would not be pretty. However, amongst other black women, you are. That, and like that's what people don't get when they say that kind of shit. It's like it's the same thing as looking at a fat woman and going, you're pretty for a fat woman. Because essentially what you've said to this woman is, amongst other fat women, you are attractive. But if thinner women were available, you are not. And you're like,
any situation of you're pretty for blank should just not be said. Just shut up. Just, you can give somebody a compliment and not at the same time like slap them in the face with an insult, because that's what you're doing.
You can just say I'm pretty. Like,
exactly. Like, damn, that's all you gotta say.
Oh shit. Oh wait, there was some fire right there and I just like missed it because like there's a lot of comments that I was not expecting to see. There it is. Boom. Thank you, Fefi. I'm getting live and lit as shit. Like, so this is the kind of shit that I honestly just started pushing over to my Patreon because I don't want to piss off people on my regular channel that I'm like a down ass bitch and get angry. Because I do. I actually, if you were privy to me and Emily's Marco Polos, I genuinely get angry regularly.
Yeah.
It makes me mad. And I look at stuff and I look at America and I look at how many steps we have taken back currently. Yeah. So many that I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say that people are more racist now than when I was younger. I don't have words for it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I thought we were getting better. And then it's like, haha, just kidding.
And I would agree with a comment from earlier, a little further back from Keisha. I think the conversations are important because it gets swept away like it doesn't exist. So like, I know you're kind of like refocusing your channel and things like that. But I think that this kind of shit is important. And if people find you for other reasons and then get to like, and then actually watch videos like this and realize like, oh shit, there's, people that are in their bubble are like, oh, there's still injustice in the world. And I'm like, are you a fucking idiot? Like, yeah, it still exists. And
you get it right, there is. Like, there's injustice. And I don't think people understand the depths to which this injustice goes. It's not just incarcerating Black people. It's in turning Black people against other Black people, right? So like, rather than have other Black people date other Black people, we've instituted colorism to the point where a man as dark as me would not find me attractive, right? He's going to look for a white woman. He's going to look for a light-skinned woman because they are considered more desirable. They're considered more attractive. My dark skin is not attractive. If I get in the sun, I'm not cute. And so he's not going to date me. And if he does date me, he has something to say about why he's dating a dark-skinned woman. And it's weird. Like, she would say paper bag, but I'm like, yeah, but amongst skin tones, like, I'm not making it. I'm not making it on that lighter skin tone. I'm making it on the exotic side to where like white men will find me attractive, but inevitably I'm going to have to like put up with some shit. And I know that. Like I already did it. I've done it more than once. So I'm going to have to put up with some bullshit. I have to explain like, no, I'm just black. No. Yeah. No, I'm black. Yeah, I'm actually really very black. No, I'm not Asian. No, thank you. I know. I know my eyes are almond, but like, I'm not Asian. No, I know. No, not Vietnamese. No, I'm just black. I'm just black. No, I've looked into it. No, there's not. I mean, okay, there might be Filipino. Okay, fucking. But like, I have to do that all the time. And I have to go through this like bullshit thing of like explaining my blackness. And I'm just, and like, that's a reason why I'm just over it. I just get tired. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And it's like, that's not even the thing that upsets me. Because listen, here's a fun fact. You can drop the N-bomb. It's not going to fuck me up. I steeled myself against that shit a long time ago, as a lot of Black people did, because we knew what the fuck people were trying to do with it. We knew you were trying to bait us and get us into a position that wasn't good, to where we fought or did something. If we swung first, you weren't in trouble, right? We moved past it. And so what's happened is, instead of them being able to use the N-word and just be shitty about it, we've moved to where they use the N-word and like lots of stereotypes to really try to get us extra outraged. Fun fact, we're not the ones getting outraged. We're annoyed. We're irritated. But the well-meaning white folk are the ones who are bringing it to the forefront, because they're trying to be like, don't be racist. And we're like, I get it, but like, maybe you shouldn't have brought this at all, because we know this game. We've been playing this game for years. We understand we understand. I understand that people have been working on Black outrage for a very long time. So we get it. I know that you're trying to be an advocate, and I ain't mad at you for it, and I appreciate it, but like, stop bringing these people forward. Ooh, we're getting like all crazy.
Oh, Yolanda, good night, Yolanda. Belated good night to Courtney.
I'm raising my hand, Yolanda.
Oh.
I'm raising my hand. I'm doing like what is that? I can't remember that movie. Thank you.
Wait, maybe Yolanda wasn't leaving. Sorry, that was a wrong thing. Yeah, tired.
No, India left. India
had sorry, Mr.
I completely understand, because tomorrow is Friday for a lot of people, but tomorrow is just, another day for me.
Also, what Jen Takes 5 said, well, the dog whistles of you are now the things that are said aloud, full throat. It's okay to be racist now and couch in heritage and the way of life. Yeah, it's like they used to be subtle things that probably weren't subtle to Black people, but as a white person who was like, I don't know how I mean, I've always felt like it was terrible, but I guess I had moments of optimism. It was like, oh no, that was a sign. And now it's like, oh, it's not a sign, it's tattooed on their forehead.
Yeah, I'm a fan of overt racism. I don't like covert racism, because listen, if you're overtly racist, I know very quickly what I do. You know what I mean? I know how to protect myself. If you are covertly racist, like, you're trying to draw me into some creepy ass fucking trap that I'm not willing to be a part of. And like, now I'm going to be a part of it. I'm not happy about it. Like, please don't. Please don't do that covert bullshit. Like, we've seen how this goes. It's not going to go well. I'm going to end up damaged. I prefer not. I also really have to pee. I'm just going to let that out.
Well, it's your stream. It's your birthday. It's your call. What you want to do.
We have been on for 3 hours and like 23 minutes. Yeah, I honestly cannot, like, I don't even have words, if I'm perfectly honest, for how many of you are here right now. I don't even know. There's still almost 20 of you still here, and I just can't, like, I'm getting like all verklempt, and I don't like it, because like emotions are like not they're not my thing. But honestly, we're going to go ahead and go.
Yeah.
Thank you. I've seen Get Out. Won't be me, girl. Won't be me. That's why I don't fuck around with them. Listen, I will let them put their carrot in my taco, but I'm not about to be their señorita. No. I'm not going out to the woods to see your family. No, thank you. No, I'm good.
I'm not going out to the woods, I think, for anybody ever.
Won't be me.
Sorry.
Yeah, won't be me. Won't be me. Oh, my family. I'm like, no. If your family was once racist, they still racist. Bye. Like, we don't need to meet. Won't be me. Won't be me. I am perfectly fine with never meeting on those terms. Like, I'm good. You know what? That's the mistake I made. I met his racist family who had reformed. You know what? I'm not doing that shit again. I'm going to have my black art everywhere. There's black art in my house. I was so happy to be able to put it up, by the way. Like, it made me so happy because I was like, black girl, magic, black girl, magic. I just made up a weird song.
The chat.
No hoteps. Thank you. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming along. I've been watching this like weird British show, like 100% Hotter or some shit. And now I've got like a random British accent from time to time. But I want to thank all of you. Thank you so much for coming. You guys, this has literally been in at least 10 years the best birthday I've had. And I did it in quarantine. I really appreciate you guys. Happy 14th birthday. Fucking shit. That makes me illegal. Can we do 18th, please? Thank you. But my socials and all that good stuff are connected below. I am not one of those people who thinks I'm so much better than you and I have to like keep a good like fucking balance on what I follow. Like if you follow me, I follow you. And if you get weird, I stop following you. It's that easy. So like I'm not a person who feels like I have to have like a specific ratio. It's fine. I don't care. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Yes. Thank you to the lovely, wait, let me do it this way. Oh. Ha! Is it almost there? To the lovely Emily for always being part of my live chats. And I'm so glad that I got to share my birthday with you. I love each and every one of you. Guys, thank you so much. I'm going to have something up in the community tab as to whether or not you want a review on CoverGirl Clean Fresh from me. So we'll go there. All right, guys. I love you. Thank you.